Clobberin time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
It's Clobberin time! Clobberin! Clobberonimo!
Oh, what he said, damn it. Oh, man, freaking StreamYards. Well, hello, my dear friends. Welcome to Clobberin Times, Wildcard Wednesday night. Here it is. It's Clobberin Times, issue number 618 overall on YouTube, that is. 1,318 overall. And again, as I said, it is Wildcard Wednesday night. Hello. Good to see you all. Well, it's always a pleasure to be here, friends. Big shout out and thank you to the great Stone Loki and the Comic Book Roundtable gang for having me on earlier, as always. Always a lot of fun over there on Loki's channel. Hope you check that out. And yeah, it was great fun. And let's see what else is going on. Let's do some do a few show notes and shout outs. How about that? Because it's just a Wednesday night, just hanging out. Nothing hanging out with. Never mind. Let's do some show notes and shout outs. We'll get on to doing nothing in particular. So what's going on here tonight? As always, a great wrenches get the shout outs, of course, whether they're here or not. We like to give them a holler. Of course, the great Eric K. the Bronze Wrencher. Hey, buddy. The extraordinary Chris Persia, Vindicator Wrench of the Great White North. Good to see you there, buddy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all you do, both of you. D. Bud Martin, the Wrench of Iron. What's up, bud? Hope you're doing great tonight, man. The god of wrenches. And, of course, it's lovely. Better half, the great Lord Thoth. Avon lives, long live the Legion, my friend. My partner in crime on Earth B, and the fellow Legionnaire reviewer extraordinaire, the Wrench Without Fear, Jay, man. Jay, hope you're out there. Hope you're doing well, brother. Master of the Clobberin comic book creator and artist extraordinaire. Or creative artist extraordinaire, maybe I should say that, though. Hungry boy, what's up, HB? Stephen Kal-El, Super Wrench Buddy. I hope you're doing well out there, brother. Maddie's Daddy, Rio de la French Mjolnir, and Thor in Vegas. Fanty Outsidery, you the rascally wrenchy one. What's up, buddy? And, of course, Clobberin Time's own music, Meister! Maximum Redstone. So let me switch over to the chat and see who was hanging out with us tonight. Get you all shouted out. Because that's how we roll up in here. We like to shout everybody out. Let's see, of course, there's a... Oh, wait a minute. Well, I'll do the shout out. I'll do the shout outs first, and then do the show notes, since I went that way anyway. Usually shout outs, show notes first. But what the hell? We got nothing else going on. Gwagnar, what's up, buddy? Captain Infinity and beyond. Hey, my friend. Good to see you, sir. Joseph Dredd. Here comes the judge. Something's happening to my. All right. Hit a wrong thingy there. Claude Saling and Claude Paris. The Minimus is here. Hey, your Muslim uncle. What's up, my friend? Keep getting beeps. Sorry. Joe Dog. What's up, Joe Dog? Alejandro Flores Ibarra. Hey. That's 70s. Hey, that's 70s Rocks fan. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Andy Masterson. Hey, what's up, man? What's going on over there? Was there no pop culture breakdown tonight, or what happened? It is Wednesday, isn't it? Hell, I couldn't find it earlier. Captain Infinity, I have it on good authority that I, in fact, do not exist. But I'm working on it. Pop Culture Republic. Hello, my friend. Penny. Hey, Penny. Good to see you there, dear. Thank you for popping in. And that's everyone so far. Let me do my show notes, which I usually do first. Sorry. Of course. Tomorrow night, should be hanging out with the great Tom Connors at Midnight's Edge and After Dark, 6 p.m. Central, with that great group over there. And then after that, the clubhouse is open with my wonderful first officer, the amazing Commander R.M. Briggs, and the great Chief Engineer Model D with a C, reviewing of another Tales of Tomorrow episode, a Jerry Anderson's UFO episode, a Star Trek comic, and much, much more. And then, of course, let's see, Friday night, I'll be hanging out with the great J-Man on his Friday night free-for-all, and this one's a special one dedicated to the great Phantom Outsider. A review, a special Clobby's, well, it's a J-Man, not a Clobby's, a Clobby's hanging out, but a J-Man Classic Comics review, and we will review along Sean and all of us will review. I put the wrong one up there. Damn it! I put the wrong one up there. Why'd I do that? Well, crap. Why would you put the wrong one up there, you idiot? Well, I didn't send the other one, but I'll get it later. Anyway. So, hey, Don Ranger Power. Picasso, hello, my friend. Good to see you. Anyway, there's that. And then, of course, there is Friday Night Comic Shop Talk on Nick Weiser's channel. Of course, on... Okay. Oh, yeah. My good buddy North Fairfax is out there watching on. He's not in the chat, but he's lurking. Big shout out to all of our lurkers out there and anyone watching on a download or a repeat. I know I forget to name it sometimes, but I really do appreciate you more than you could know. Please, anyone out there, drop a like, if you would. It is much appreciated. And of course, like, subscribe if you feel like it. If you don't feel like it, that's fine too. But if you do, I would appreciate it. So there we go. I can't believe I forgot to send that damn thing off. I needed the updated one. There you go, man. I hate when I do that. Then, of course, this Saturday night, Star Trek. 4 more episodes of Star Trek Voyager reviewed by my wonderful First Officer, RAQUEL Briggs, and myself. Why? Because we care. That's why. Is that not a good enough reason? You don't think that's a good enough reason, do you? Well, I mean, I think it's a good enough reason. And now I got, not that it matters, but I'm a stickler for this sort of thing, I guess. The corrected version. Yes, I can't wait till Friday night to review Superman 164 for the great Phantom Outsider. He deserves it. And again, Comic Shop Boys, and Voyager. Then Sunday night, the great Mark D with the C. His geekery is back. 10 p.m. Eastern, or maybe it'll be Eatery again, like always. Sunday night Eatery with the great Mark C with a D with a C's channel. And then Monday night, again, reviewing, chronicling all the Legion of Superheroes in order on the great J-Man's channel with Sean at our side, of course. Let me see who else is here who popped in while I was doing all that nonsense. All right. Alejandro, oh, cool. Great movie. See that on the big screen like that? Always cool. Let's see here. No PC. Oh, no pop culture breakdown. According to Kingdom, DC had something you needed to. Okay, no pop culture breakdown. I got you. Sorry. Okay. Well, hope my good buddy Doomcock is doing well out there. Shout out to my buddy, the great Doomcock. And shout out to the pop culture breakdown boys. I hope everything is going all right. Mighty Orbots, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. Let's see here. There we go. All right. Alejandro says, what do you think of the people who think TOS and everything associated with it is either the best Star Trek or the only real one? What do I think of those people? Well, I don't think much of myself, but I'm kind of like that. I'll put it to you like this. For me, Star Trek, the original series, is the best. But it's not, I don't consider it to be the only, though. I just like it the best. I think it is just incomparable. I have a lot of. I'm more of a huge fan of the original series, and some more of a friendly critic of the stuff after that. TNG, DS9, Voyager. I actually like Enterprise a lot, but I'm still a critic of it too, in a sense. So I'm a Trek fan, but I definitely, to me, that nothing comes close to the original series. Real deal only, of course, none of the fake crap. So I guess I kind of fall into that line of people who think TOS and everything associated with it is either the best Star Trek or the only. I'm not going to be arrogant enough to say only. Chris Persia, what's up, buddy? But it is my preferred Trek. NZL, the messaging, the TNG era shows did at times cringe. Yeah, I've got to cringe a bit from TNG sometimes as well. And that's also true. The 90s shows reeked of 90s PC culture at times. I don't argue with that either, Alejandro. I do agree with you. Even though I still like it, and by today's standards, it's nowhere near as bad as the propaganda that they make today. They weren't immune to it. Wow, that's it. You're worse. You're even more extreme than Raquel. 70s. I'm a real purist. Anything beyond the cages is a real Star Trek. You nut, you. Oh shit, I love it. But look. Even TNG and the other ones, the later ones, they occasionally went agenda-ish in some. That's just the way that was Hollywood at the time. That's what Hollywood was. I mean, in other words, all this bias and stuff didn't start in 2016. It just Hollywood was very biased, and almost since its inception, or certainly for the last 70 years, 60 years. It's just that there were also a hell of a lot of talented artists and people working in it, and many of whom realized enough of the realities of life that while they could stick some of their propaganda in and out of their entertainment, they knew they still had a bottom line to reach, and they knew that they couldn't go too far all the time if they wanted to be successful. Now they're insane. Before there was at least some sanity to it. Ben Shapiro wrote a book around 2011 called Primetime Propaganda, which he blew the lid off a lot of the TV, the far left bias in TV. We don't usually do politics here. But yet that's coming from. But he still loved a lot of television. You could still love a lot of shows. I can tell you a lot of things, books, comics, movie, TV shows, or whatever that go against my personal politics, and still, man, I walk away going, I really love that story, really love that comic, what have you. JD Lewis, good to see you, man. It's been a coon's age, boy. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're feeling better. I know you've had some problems there here and there, but there's a lot of times I can say a movie that I really loved, and yet I didn't agree with any of the messages in it. It was still a powerful or extremely entertaining piece of art. Books, comics, because 9 times out of 10 they are written by people that I don't share the same philosophies with or the same ideology with. And yet they do fine work. And you kind of either suck it up or you can't watch or read anything. And so I'm not getting political here necessarily, but I am answering something, kind of skirting those lines a little bit just to give you some, some focus. And Holly Andrew says, the DS9 Union episode makes me wish Quark had stolen the Defiant, slingshotted around the sun, a la Star Trek 4, and traveled back in time to kill Marks and Ingalls. I'm all for it. I'm all for that. But as far as that goes, to swing it a little bit from TV and Hollywood for a second, though not too far off, it's the tribalism that aggravates me, not the disagreement, the tribalism, the ideology. For example, this past week they had San Diego Comic-Con. And I don't get political on this show. I promise you all that all the time. But when I do, it's only when it's necessary, and it's to speak about something that is what we do here, comics and geek stuff. And so I'm going to touch on a little bit of an issue. And it comes from the comic book world, something that I care very deeply about. There you go, JD. I love Alan Moore's work too, and Alan Moore's a nut, in my opinion. Love that nut. But, it's still, and there are so many other ones I could say that about as far as whose work I enjoy. But anyway, this past weekend, many of you are probably familiar with the great one person I think is amazing, Eric July, Young Ripa, and he was at San Diego Comic-Con. And we know he gets a lot of hate from a lot of idiots. When I say idiots, I'm not talking about people who may have, look, if you don't, actually, all the hate he gets is from idiots because none of them know him. I mean, I don't know him personally either, but I respect him. None of them show him any respect. None of them know him. They just know that he has opinions that they don't like. And they don't judge his work by anything other than the opinions that he has that they know about. Well, there's a so-called, look, he's been around. He's a name in comics, and that's all he's a name in. A gentleman by the name of Tony Isabella, whom, by the way, I don't know him personally. I've only met him once or twice. A lot of friends and a lot of friends and a lot of people I know or acquaintances know him very well, and other friends have met him a number of times, and they just say what a nice guy he is. But we also know what his politics are, which of course he is perfectly entitled to have. Tony Isabella has every right to his opinion, and every right to say whatever he wants. He has a famous blog for years. Tony Isabella is, of course, he credits himself fully with creating Black Lightning, although he co-created Black Lightning with Trevor Von Eden. He tries to credit himself with creating Black Goliath, but actually the character of Bill Foster existed before he turned him into Black Goliath and later became Giant Man. So he did, have a little bit to do with him being Black Goliath, but he didn't create Bill Foster. He's written comics for both Marvel and DC. I would argue he's never really written for any long, great stints. And I would, no matter what, I know he would help create the Champions and different things like that. I would challenge you to show me a superstar run by him as a writer. Show me where he ever got into anywhere close to the levels of writers like I'm not even going to have to pull out the Alan Moores or the Frank Millers on you. I won't have to pull those guys out. Hey, he never even had the success of the Wolfmans or the Weens or the O'Neills, or any of those guys. Dave C, what's up? But anyway, so Tony Isabella and friends have theorized that his daughter runs this blog, so she might be responsible for this. All I know is I wouldn't be talking about this if he just said something stupid like he usually does, or whoever's saying this for him. But the fact that he dragged the great Jack Kirby, and look, next month is Jack Kirby month here on Clobberin Times, August. I will have a full slate of Jack Kirby shows for the whole month, like I always do. I celebrate the birth of the King of Comics. Now, I only got to meet him twice. I've talked about it all the time. I talk about it to you. You're all sick of hearing about it, but they were two of the greatest geek experiences of my life. But that doesn't mean I will claim to know him personally or anything just because I met him those two times. But I will say I know a lot of him in a lot of ways, not just my experiences, but with the experience that others have relayed with him over the many, many decades that I've been a fan of his and read about him and read interviews with him and all that stuff. And no one ever says a bad word about him. It's just everyone loves Jack Kirby and what a great guy he is, which is true. And he's a war hero, and he's the greatest creative force of the 20th century. He's all that and more. Well, Tony Isabella, or whoever runs his Twitter, came out and basically said, I'm not even going to pull the thing up. Maybe I should read it verbatim. Let me go take a look, and I'll pull it up verbatim. That's true. Claude called the Kirby's house and talked to the wonderful Ross Kirby. Let's see here. I'll pull it up so I'll bring you the exact quote. Let me just see if I can find it. See what the idiot said. If it's out there, probably in the bounding of the comics. Okay, it's basically he wants to get Eric canceled, basically. This is bounding in the comics. Give them credit. Keely Chow, Ravenscroft. Hey there. Yeah, right. Almighty Sports Show. What's up, old friend? Old BTR buddy. Good to see you, man. All right, so here you have bounding in the comics article. Tony Isabella. So he's whining about Isom because he's whining about the fact that Eric July is at San Diego. Let's see here. Someone's whining about there were pictures of him meeting Kyle Rittenhouse, like that's a sin or whatever. Okay. Idiotic moron Tony Isabella wrote, "Come on, CGC," because CGC, of course, shouldn't associate with a guy like Eric July, of course, and Comic-Con. You could do better than empowering an unsavory, to put it mildly, person like this. Jack Kirby would have punched him out. And Eric even said, "Would you like to discuss this?" He said, "Not in the least. Your denial of the existence and validity of Trey Kids," I'm not going to say the word trans kids, "alone is enough to tell me I don't need to communicate with you." In other words, no, I would have to defend my position, and I'm an intellectual toddler and a freaking moron. So, no, I can't discuss this with you because you would wipe the floor with me on an intellectual level because I'm a goddamn idiot. That's what he should. That translation of what Tony Isabella or whoever runs his Twitter wrote. And it aggravates me, not because he's being a little prick and being a jerk about a guy and trying to cancel a guy. It aggravates me because he brought Jack Kirby's name into it. A gentleman who has unfortunately been gone for over almost 30 years now, who, yes, Isabella knew him because he was in the business. I didn't know him as well as Isabella did, but he's basically saying that Jack Kirby might get wind of it if he were around, wind of some opinion that this guy has, Eric July, and decide to use violence at him if he just walks up to him. By the way, hitting a black man in public, he would say he's saying that Jack Kirby would have punched him out. I don't know what the Kirby family would say to this. I don't know them. They might be all happy. But look, Jack was no raving conservative or Republican. Bush pan down. Hey there. Jack was a pretty staunch Democrat of the day, of the time. He hated Nixon. He was, he had no use for. But I wonder. You're gonna you bring Jack because you're such a coward pansy, Tony Isabella. That's right. I'm calling you that. You little pussy. Screw you with your bullshit. Of course, you're real tough behind the keyboard. Why don't you walk up to Eric July and well, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? Of course, his old fat ass would not be able to hang with Eric July. Of course, Eric July is a gentleman and probably wouldn't even try to even threaten the jerk. Probably laugh at him. But the point is, he would never have the courage to even walk up to Eric July's face and tell him, hey, the king of comics, Jack Kirby, would punch you in the face, would punch you out. He would never have the guts to do that. It just makes me sick. It's despicable. If he wanted to say, look, I don't like Eric July, and he wanted to talk bad about him, fine. But you're doing it, hiding it behind a man who's no longer with us. Not just any man either, the ultimate, the king of comics. Lenzer, hey there, good to see you. X, hello there. Good to see you. Well, I'm no expert on Kirby by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm pretty sure Jack Kirby, who was a war veteran, who saw a lot of violence as a kid growing up in Hell's Kitchen and whatnot in the Depression era of New York, who got in a lot of fights, by the way, I'm fairly sure he would not in 2023, if he were still with us, and yes, he would be very old, but that's beside the point. He'd be 106 years old, but let's forget about that for a minute. Let's say he was every bit of 106 years old. He still looked like Ben Grimm, the Evelyn Blue, and could really knock your socks off. What if he still looked like a tough ass old man who could knock you down? I don't think Jack Kirby, if someone said, hey, there's that really mean guy, Eric July, who said this, he was in a picture with Kyle Rittenhouse, and he said something we don't like about trans kids. Oh, let me go punch that guy out. No. That's the con Jack helped to start, you idiot. He helped to start San Diego. You're going to tell me you're going to say that crap? And by the way, I think Jack may have been a little bit more of an intelligent man. He would say, well, what do you mean? First of all, you can't just walk up to somebody and punch him. So why should I go punch this guy out? Give me a reason. Jack might, DJ Ronnie G, good to see you, my friend. I imagine that Jack Kirby, if someone told him that he needed to go punch somebody out, would ask for a reason. Gee, why does Jack need to do that? Tony's still here. Why don't he stand up for himself instead of hiding behind Jack? Well, yeah, he's hiding behind a 106-year-old man who's no longer with us. 107, 106. Not even with us anymore. What a cowardly little worm you are, Tony Isabella. Many people I've heard say, I think I met him like once or twice. He was nice enough. Everybody who talks about Tony Isabella has always been very nice and respectful to him and said, in spite of our political difference, he's a really, really nice guy. Well, you know what? It might still be true if he didn't write that tweet. But if he wrote that tweet, I don't even accept that anymore. If he was nice to you at a con, I don't care. Only a worthless, cowardly sack of crap says something like that. What a punk you are. Not just because you're threatening a guy with violence because he said things you don't like, but you're actually threatening him in violence by violence from a dead man. You don't even have the conviction or the guts to threaten him. I will go kick his ass. No, you'll threaten him with a dead man because you know that it can't happen. You idiot. What a weasel Tony is. Let me run like a coward. Let me get someone else to defend it. Yep. What an idiot. Violent. Of course, violence. And again, Eric July said, would you like to discuss this? No. Let's not do this intelligently, Tony. Let me just act like a virtue signaling little piece of garbage, which you are. It's disgusting, man. Yeah, I hear you there, Ravenscroft. God, I yearn for the days when you had no idea what the politics of my favorite creators are. Shake my head. Yes. I'm surprised no one at current day Disney has badmouthed Walt Disney in a similar manner. Oh, they will. Some have, I think. I don't know. A lot of cowards in Marvel and DC these days. Kirby month will be a blast. Thank you. I hope so. Like I say, that's a disgrace to the name of Jack Kirby. You don't know, when did Jack Kirby ever hear that there was someone around that has opinions that he doesn't like, and just, oh, I got to go punch that guy out? What an insult to Kirby. Glenzer, hey there. What an absolute disgrace you are, Tony Isabella, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Not because you disagree with somebody, because you have no guts. You didn't even have the guts to say, I'll go kick his ass if I were there. I don't know. I think that Isabella was there. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But I think he mentioned something about being in some other panels. Well, hey, Mr. Tough Guy, why don't you go take care of the face punching yourself? Why don't you go punch somebody out yourself, you big child? Well, of course, let's face it. Tony Isabella's never been in a fight in his life. Tony Isabella, you've never. Of course, you're talking about Jack punching somebody out because you couldn't do it. And he's gone for almost 30 years, and he could still probably kick your ass. One of Jack's pencils that's still sitting on one of his around on one of the houses that they've saved, has more punches in it than you've ever thrown. You stupid little weasel. Kaylee Chow says, what comic books has Tony Isabella worked on? Well, a lot of not so particularly great sellers. He co-created Black Lightning for DC, which he with Trevor Von Eden, which was not a big successful comic book. He had a couple of different series later. The character had a couple of series later. I think maybe Isabella did one of them. I don't know if he did the other later series or not necessarily. He did some stuff for Marvel. Shooter, what's up, buddy? Don Ranger Power says August marks more than Jack Kirby month, but Power Month, as in Power Rangers month as well. It's a search away. Well, I'm gonna have to leave that one up to you, buddy. I mean, and I hope you celebrate it on your channel. My channel's comics and other things. I mean, I will be celebrating Gene Roddenberry's birthday all day. We're gonna have a special day set aside for Gene Roddenberry, but those are the only birthdays I'll be giving preference to or celebrations, although I will celebrate some other aspects of Marvel by Kirby. Pat S., what's up, buddy? There you go, Pat S. It's a good point. Jack Kirby was a WW2 vet. He fought for free, and he loved free speech. Oh, and then he was a fighter now. Look, he had some run-ins even before he was in the war with a bunch of neo Yahtzees. I mean, real ones, not ones that some of these morons call, like, not ones that Tony Isabella likes to call that. And Kirby, hey, he would fight anybody, man. And he had fights when he was a youngster, growing up in New York, and Yancey Street. He fought the Yancey Street gang, but he'd fight anybody, man. He wasn't no chicken. It's just, but he was also a real man and a soldier, and he wasn't so immature that he would, just walk up to somebody and he heard somebody had opinions they don't like and walk up and punch him in the face. It's moronic. And Tony Isabella, if you really have that opinion of Jack Kirby, you're insulting him, you piece of crap. Screw you. Yeah, and by the way, I'm throwing down. Not that I go to cons anymore. I've seen you at a couple cons. If I walk up to you, I'll say, hey, you said this about Jack? Well, you can throw a punch at me anytime, boy. Again, he'd laugh because he's never been in a fight. It pisses me off that much what he said, would he bringing Jack Kirby into this. I wouldn't, if he didn't just said that somebody would punch, like a generic, somebody's going to punch him in the face, I would laugh at it and still think it's classless and stupid. And it makes me sick because he's an idiot. And Eric July never did anything to him. Bringing Kirby into it just pisses me off even more. It's garbage either way. He's an absolute cowardly fool either way. And I tell you what, it shows a lot of what a better man is Eric July is with his response was, would you like to discuss this? That's a 10 million times more mature and intelligent response than Tony Isabella is worth. Because Eric July is a stand-up guy and Tony Isabella is a childish punk. Ravenscroft says, I want to say, in all honesty, this is one of many things I enjoy about your chats. We just discuss comics and nobody feels compelled to lecture anybody on politics. So great. Yes, and you're right. I'm going to get away from politics right now. I don't do politics here very often. I'm still not doing politics. I'm talking about something that is adjacent to politics because it has to do with comics and it had to do with Jack Kirby. But my policies here, look, you got a lot of fantastic channels out there who do a lot of pop culture political coverage, and they do it far better than I ever could. So I don't go into that field of endeavor. I talk about stuff I love, like Star Trek and comics and different things like that, and not so much the pop culture aspects of it. Plenty of fantastic channels, which I too am a fan of, do it and do it well, so they don't need me doing it. This was a special case because of it's within the comics industry, something I care about. And it was with Jack Kirby, just someone I care about very much. And again, I don't know Eric July personally, but I have a lot of respect for him. So if they hadn't brought Jack into it, I would still mention it just because I think it's important that we look at stuff like this and go, look, we can't let cowards like that get off, at least without mentioning it and talking about them. And better channels than me and bigger channels than me have talked about it. So there you go. I just wanted to get that out there a little bit, though. Then I'll calm down, I promise. JD Lewis says, Tony Isabella's most successful moment was when the CW made a TV show about Black Lightning, and he publicly condemned it. Did he? Talk about sore winners. Harlan Ellison much, Tony? I didn't know he condemned it. Oh boy. I wonder why. Is he some sort of a racist or something? Because here he talks about punching out a black gentleman, and then he's also condemning a black TV show on CW. What is wrong with you, Tony? Alejandro, would you want to ever invite Eric July on your show? He goes on the really big channels. I mean, I'm a nothing channel when it comes to something like that as far as interviewing. And I really do hope to read Isom one day. I don't have it yet. So I would not be equipped to interview. Hey, Brian Hepburn, good to see you, buddy. I don't think I would be set up for the review, but it's not like I'd be against it. He's been doing so many interviews and so much stuff. So the whatever want to talk to him, yes. But it's, something that, I don't know, maybe down the road I would do it. But I tell you, I have every respect for him and would love to talk to him. I'd love to talk to him just about comics. I really enjoyed that Justice League history he did on his show that night before the Snyder Butt came out. I thought he did a great job on that. So you never know. One of these days, though, Alejandro, like I said, every respect for him. I do hope to read the comic soon. That's true. Pat asked, oh, yeah, I've had the great Gary Beekler on here. I'm very proud of it. But, but like I said, it's not that I wouldn't mind. Love to have him on there. But I usually have to know something about what the person is, is doing. But I tell you what, I have every respect for what he is doing, though. It's amazing. He's doing something so basic and simple. He's making the comic book he wants to make, and he's offering it out there to an audience. And all he's doing, he makes the comic, puts it out there, and they pick it up. As simple as that. And can't keep enough of him, apparently, because he's just an amazing creator. And I love it. I love the success he's having. It's good for all of us. It's good for anyone who loves the comic book medium. Cardinal Sim, what's up, brother? Is X-Men True Origins video? You mean Eric's? I have not, Alejandro. I'll go take a look at those. I would like to see those. Hey, Bubba Doom, what's up? Bubba Doom 1, what's up? What's up? Good to see you, brother. He says, Clobberin, that's why I'm here. You are earnest, and you care about comics and books and our shows. Oh, you're a good man. Oh, you too can make me blush here, man. But I appreciate you so much. I'll probably doing out in a bit. I needed to at least say that. Well, man, I'll tell you what, Bubba, you are too kind, and I appreciate those amazing words. Thank you so much. Yes, I was very impressed with Eric July's knowledge of Justice League and the video he did. Yeah, and he has an appreciation for the great stuff, which is why his comics are doing so well, because he said, his whole mission statement was, he's not doing it for an agenda. Back at you, love back at you there, Bubba. He's not doing it for any kind of ideological agenda. He just wants there to be good comic books in a universe where anybody can read them. And that just shows the true colors of these shit bags. Almighty, yes, sir. Yeah. And it's good to see you, buddy. That just until Mark gets here. It just goes to show you the idiocy of these, the disingenuousness of these shitbags who go after a guy like Eric July, who, because they know what they have, a basic idea of what his politics are, because he's done videos about that sort of thing. He's had a channel that did talk about that sort of thing. They just automatically, then that must mean any comic book he does can't be of any interest to them, because they think it's going to carry an ideology that they already don't like. And when he comes out and says, no, it's not going to have really an ideology, it's just going to be a story where anybody can pick it up. And it's funny how many of us who lean to a certain way of the political spectrum have had to read comics by people created by the far left for decades, and yet still get enjoyment out of them. And sometimes meaning having to compartmentalize what we read and go, that's still a great comic. I still like those characters. And there's some flat out things in that comic that this writer's trying to preach to me that I don't want to hear, but still a good writer. This is a good story. Well, the people who might disagree with Eric on his politics could read his comic, theoretically, according to his mission statement, and never have to do that. If you see what I'm saying. They never have to. I mean, because it's just meant to be a story with no agenda attached to it, according to what he has said. I've not had a chance to read them yet, and I hope to soon. I plan to soon. But my point being is, that's all anyone could ask for, right? Is that it's just a comic, a story. You'll either like it or you won't. But you won't be alienated by it. And there are times I've read comics that I really loved, that I could even tell were almost like they were trying to alienate me with some of the philosophy in them. And then I'd read interviews at times with the creators, the writers and artists of some of these comics. Some would be cool people. Others would be like total jerks and talk about, their philosophy of life, and that they don't like people that they do their comics and don't want anyone that disagrees with them reading their comics. I've seen that too. Not just comics, of course, it's movies and TV and everything else, but even in comics that exists or has existed. Then you got your guys like Denny O'Neil, biggest hippie on the planet in the old days, wrote some of the most crazy lefty hippie crap. Dude, nicest guy you ever want to meet. Everybody he knew, he worked at DC. Most of the guys there agree with a lot of stuff, but a lot of the guys there were some of the old golden agers that didn't agree with his politics that much, and he loved those guys. He was friends. He said, man, look, I don't know everything. I have my views and my opinions, but a lot of my friends are a lot more conservative than I am, and who knows, maybe they're right. He was just like laid-back hippie that, I mean, he believed what he believed, but he was friends with people that, regardless of what their politics were. That's a lesson we all need to learn from whether you come from the right or the left. Say what you want about one of the biggest icons in all of broadcasting. One of the early things that Rush Limbaugh used to say was, he said, of all people, one of the most partisan people when it comes to politics on radio, he once said, I never forget it. He said that I never make friends based upon what someone's politics are. That's just such a simple, easy, pure approach to life that it's just perfect to me. Yeah, you can smack each other upside the head about, with political differences and still be friends. But that was when there was some nuance in life. Now there are people that can't be friends with you if you don't share their intensity of hatred for certain other people that don't accept their worldview. and is sick. That's right, Bubba. He sure did. Elton John. Stems from the fact that Eric July mocked the reveal of an Amazon on Paradise Island that wasn't a bio-female, which would, according to canon, cause the end of the island. Yeah, well, yeah, but the whole point is, and I know what you're saying, but it shouldn't matter. To move on to TV shows. Okay, I'll be there in just a second there. We'll move on to those in a second. But see, Fanty, you're right. And I'm saying it shouldn't matter because why can't you simply go, well, that's his view. I don't agree with him, whatever. What happened to that? We got to get back to that, folks. We got to get back to being able to see a view we don't like or agree with and go, well, I don't agree with that one. We can either talk about it or we won't, but we don't have to kill each other over it. That's where we need to be. And Alejandro says, to move on to TV shows, have you heard of or watched the Sharp or Hornblower series? They're British action adventure TV movies set during Napoleonic Wars. I never watched Sharp, even though I like that actor Bean or whatever, but I have watched Hornblower. Long time ago, I watched it on A&E, and it was really good. But it's been quite some time. There's Mr. Fantastic played him, right? Jon, or however you say that guy's name, Jon Grafood or whatever. That was, of course, Gene Roddenberry loved the Hornblower books. So, yeah. Oh, DJ Ronnie G, buddy, good to see you. He's reading the Hornblower books. Nice, yeah. Like I said, Gene Roddenberry loved those. Welcome, everybody, to the only place that's not talking about the Barbie movie. No, I'm not, I promise, because I don't know anything about it. Because I didn't watch it. Oh, dear. All right, since we got it looks like we only have guys here. And I'll answer that question in a second, Joe. Raise your hand. No, I'm actually going to, I'm going to do this for fun. Let me do this for fun here. I'm going to ask you guys a question. I want to know how many of this audience who's here now anyway. I'm going to talk about the movie. But I want to know how. Just curious. I have no interest in the damn movie, and I certainly don't want to talk about it. Joe Dog says, "What's your favorite X-Men member?" This one kind of. Hey, Ezra Goldstein, shalom, sir. Joe Dog, this one always kind of gets me in a little trouble. But believe it or not, my favorite X-Men is Scott Summers, Cyclops. I don't like he was written later in other forms. Oh, yeah, shoot it. I'm not going to talk about it because I haven't seen it. I wouldn't talk about anything I haven't seen other than a slight mention of it. I'm just curious since we're all dudes here. I don't think we have any ladies with us, unfortunately. I love it when the ladies show up, but that's rare. I was just curious. I got you. I got you, Don Ranger Power. I hear you. Oh, yeah, that's right. Paul McGann was on that. Yeah, he was on the Hornblower. That's right. Okay. Now I remember. Don says, speaking of the Power Rangers, the Mighty Morphin Funko Pops are on sale now. I plan to buy myself a red one at some point. You know me and Funkos, but I hear you, buddy. Penny was here. That's right. I'm sorry, Penny. I forget these things. Well, if you're still here, you can answer the questions because it's questions for anybody, even ladies. But I'm just curious. Don't worry. We're not going to talk about the movie. You won't. Believe me. You could get it being. Oh, there she is. Love you, Penny. Sorry about that. My memory's garbage. You know that. But You can get anybody talking about it. I watched a lot of reviews. It's kind of hilarious watching the reviews of it, but the reviews make me definitely glad I did not go. Failing that, there's nothing to talk about because I didn't see it. But I want to see if any of you've seen it. Just a yes or no. Just for the fun of it. Joe Dog, let's see where you at. Nightcrawler. I love Nightcrawler. Yeah. Good old Kurt Wagner. Yes. Well, I don't know if he would want to do that. We don't really do guests on there on Sunday Night Star Trek, though. The heroic version of Cyclops was the X-Men's version of Captain America. Cyclops was a true hero originally. Yes, I love Cyclops in the early days. And I love Cyclops, also for a while until after the Dark Phoenix saga. Then they started really screwing with him big time. And then, man, don't get me started on how they mess with his costume. Jesus. Seems like X-Men costumes got messed with the most back then. Now everybody's costume gets messed with, but man, I don't know. Oh, I know what I could talk about. I could talk about something even more boring than Barbie. Did anybody hear? And there's no use doing a poll because I don't even know. Did anybody here watch Secret Invasion? That's a trivia question. Here's a trivia question. How many X-Men haven't died? Weird question. So the yeses are yes, you watch Secret Invasion? So Keely Chow and Penny, you both watched it? No right or wrong answers, just curious. Desperate. I haven't seen Despera's doing reviews. Oh, cool. He's cool. Suda said no, and you have D+. I only have it because my wonderful daughter has it, and I got her codes on there. I'm being bad. Secret Invasion, 6 episodes of pure, as Penny would put it, nah. So the Game of Thrones girls turns out to be Super Skrull, sort of. Or what they're gonna, the closest you're ever gonna get to Super Skrull. Put it like that. You don't get any. You get Rhodes. You get Rhodey as a Skrull for a few episodes. You'd never get Rhodey as War Machine because that would be. Why would we want to see that? As boring as this show was up to those early episodes, you're sitting there going, "All right, there's going to be some payoff, though, right? Last couple episodes, surely. Don't call me Shirley. Surely there's going to be some payoff." But then there was a line, I believe, 2 or 3 episodes ago. I can't remember the episode. It all blurs together. Where Fury, who looks just so glad to be there, doesn't he? Doesn't he look just excited to be in that show? He's thrilled, right? He says something about, something along the lines of, no, we're not going to call the Avengers. We're always calling the Avengers to save our asses. It's about time we had this one we got to do on our own. Yeah, it's just a whole planet at stake. Screw it. Pride before fall, I guess. So I'm going, wait a minute. What Avengers are there anyway? I mean, are there any Avengers left? I don't know, but I guess not. But he's saying it like they're Avengers to call. I'm like, wait a minute. So you're saying that there is an Avengers team of sorts, whatever it is out there. And there's also Carol Danvers, her powerful, annoying ass that he could call because kind of the world needs her and stuff. He never calls her. Nah, we'll handle this ourselves. Me and Olivia Colman can handle it. Could not be reached for a further comment. What's up, buddy? He said the MUC needs a hard reset. Wrap it the hell up with these last few movies. Break for a year and start fresh with the Fantastic Four. Recast everyone going forward. I'm with you. They won't though. So he tells you right there, and this was maybe 2 episodes ago or something. In episode 4, I think 4 or 5. One of them. He basically says, "Okay, look. So you guys who've been watching this show very patiently, sticking it out for all this setup, expecting some big Marvel type payoff. Well, you in this for a big surprise. Surprise, surprise. It ain't costing you jack shite because we ain't spending no money. So get ready for. Well, you'll get us. You're not going to get any comic book stuff. You're just going to get shootout shit, and you'll see a Skrull, and you got a Skrull. You got 2 Super Skrulls fighting each other for 5 minutes in the last episode, and the rest is just stupid, dull spy crap, cop crap. It's nothing Marvel about it. Other than it's like they threw all that shit in there as lip service to it being a Marvel show. Let's get a couple of sequences in with some Skrulls throughout the course of the series. And the last one, I know, we'll give Game of Thrones girls, we'll turn her into Super Skrull and the bad guy in the Super Skrull, and she'll kick his ass, of course. And then after that, even though we say the president's ass, he's a shitty white dude, of course, so he's gonna declare war on the Skrulls, and we're gonna kill every one of you and all this other kind of crap, man. And so Fury and his Skrull wife go back to Saber up in space, and I'm sure they'll see them again. Some of you will all see them again in Marvels, the movie. I can tell you who's not going to see him in Marvels, the movie, and he's sitting right here. That's it. I am not going to see Marvels. None of you can talk me into it either. Don't try. I know you're going to try, but it's not going to do any good. Now, when it costs them a fortune to get RDJ or Junior Evans back, and would but the movies be written and well viable again? No. They're not getting those guys. Those guys aren't coming back. And let's face it. Do we want them back? They're the ones who agreed to let their characters get shit all over in the first place. They're too damn old. It's over. You had a chance to have a nice ending with Endgame, and you screwed it up. Endgame sucks. Endgame is the worst movie with good stuff, with good scenes in it. It might be the most schizophrenic, the greatest shitty movie ever made. Because there's scenes that make you stand up and cheer. So many wonderful bits and pieces that grab at your heartstrings. And this is just me anyway. And other scenes that make me want to just, that make me sick. Hey, Don, good for you, buddy. Don't bother. Why bother? I missed one before what? Oh. They failed in the comics and they failed in the show. Smart move. Steve and Tony are found as having been replaced and easily explains their odd behavior. And think, oh, yeah. They're not going to do anything complicated like that. It's over for the Marvel Universe, man. It's done. Could not be reached as end it, recast the creative end too. Well, you got to if you don't recast the creative end, nothing matters. But wait a long time before you go back to it, and I don't even know then if it ever matters. It's never going to matter to me again personally. I mean, they're not going to let it go anytime soon, though. You know that. That's the problem. Don't we have Loki 2 Electric Boogaloo season, whatever, coming up? I still can't believe Echo got made. You know, Alejandro, that's the best way to look at it. It was pretty fun while it lasted. Good night, Penny. Good to see you here, my dear. Take care. Keely Chow, that's true. That was a good, I'll agree. The DCAU ended on a high note with a Justice League Unlimited episode Destroyer. I'll go along with you on that one. It was really good. I mean, it shouldn't have been over yet. We should have got another couple of seasons, but yeah, you take what you can get sometime. Like, yeah, D-Bub, we all cried at that one, man. Scene that always makes me cry with joy and Endgame is when Thanos punches Captain Marvel. It is a sight to behold. It's a thing of beauty. Very, very cool. Buffy the Vampire series finale, Chosen, and Justice League Unlimited episode Destroyer Endgame. You know that the Buffy finale, I remember at the time when I first saw it, I didn't like it much. I went back and binged Buffy again about a year or so ago, and I think I liked it a little bit better. I remember hating the 7th season before, and I didn't like the 7th season as much now either. And the finale, I guess, was all right. It's like the Angel finale. That was a weird one. Pretty interesting, though. It was messed up because it wasn't supposed to happen. If they just waited just a little bit, and of course, and they just acted like they were going to get another season, they probably would have got another season. But they made them wait too long, and they went ahead and finished it. TV, man. I know. 5 episodes is nothing to take a stick at, but hey.
Hello. Hail to the chat. Hail, everyone.
What's up, buddy?
I was just lurking for a little bit, but so what was better, Secret Invasion or Barbie? I'm guessing Barbie's probably better, right?
We're not talking about Barbie. I'm just seeing if anyone went to see it. 29 votes so far. 90s. I just asked did you watch the Barbie movie? They got 97% no. I'll leave that up for a little while, I guess.
Well, I guess our chat skews male, right? I'm guessing.
Our lovely friend Penny just had to go to sleep. So other than Penny, who was the only lady here, yeah.
My wife wants to go see it.
Oh my God! Hey, you got to go see it.
I might have to go see it.
Oh, don't worry, Ravenscroft. We're not going to talk Barbie. I mean, again, like I said, we didn't see it, so there's nothing to talk about other than.
I can't talk about it. Yeah.
I mean, yes. I mean, what can we say about it anyway, other than it's out there and some people like it and some don't. That's all I got for you anyway. Other than it's not something. Look, I've enjoyed watching a lot of the reviews about it, even some of the arguments about it. But that's all the entertainment I need from that movie because I never planned to see it. And every time, now that I know all the plot and everything that happens, forget the fact about the agenda stuff. I think about that and I go, you know what? Even if I were down with that agenda, which I'm not, it sounds boring. The whole idea,
and, not Shang-Chi is in it too.
Yeah, Shang-Chi's in it. Not Shang-Chi's in it. So it just sounds to me like I would not have any enjoyment out of that movie whatsoever.
Well, you get the
which
good
is
popcorn.
Not supposed to. It isn't for me. It better be some damn good popcorn. Now I want popcorn. God
damn it, Mark.
At least you didn't hear me yelling earlier, I hope.
No, I didn't hear that.
Good. I didn't get that
about?
bad. Well, we don't want to rehash it, but I just got a
Secret Invasion.
No, Tony Isabella. What is
okay.
Eric July?
Oh, yeah, I don't want to rehash that, I'm sure, but yeah.
Yeah.
I just wish people will be tolerant, especially when they claim to be tolerant. That's all I'll say. Leave it at that.
No, the least tolerant. Yep. But him using Jack Kirby is what just drove me insane.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah,
it's
clobbering time.
Oh yeah, Shooty Gatwa's in it as well, right? I forgot about that, Alejandro. Yeah, Shooty. You know, I'm glad I'm done with Doctor Who, even though I'm sad that it's been destroyed, because I don't think I could go around trying to pronounce the doctors. Even if he was good, I don't think he's going to be good. Hey, Shooty was really good in that episode. Oh, it's Shooty. Shooty? Is it Nichuti? Nishuti? Shooty?
Well, if
No.
anyone can pronounce Mr. Fantastic's name, I own Gruffer. I have no idea how to say his name.
I've been trying that. I mentioned that
Yeah,
earlier.
can someone tell me how to say his name? I've never heard his name.
Yon Gruffob. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't want to get people's names wrong either. I mean, people always butcher my last name. Yeah,
but you know what? If you're going to be in a movie, change your freaking. I'm sorry. If your name really is Nichuti or I mean, don't have to change it, but don't expect people to be able to ever. It's like, what's that guy? Great actor. She Weddled Ejul 4 or whatever. The guy who plays the operative in Serenity, and he was Baron Mordo in Doctor Strange. Great actor, man. To this day, I when I see his name, I'm like, I don't want to even bother. I mean, She Weddled Ejul 4? Like, dude. I'm sure if you met him, he could clear that up for you.
People used to change your name all the time, and now they don't. Yeah,
right.
What was John Wayne's real name?
Marion Morrison.
Marion. Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Do you think would he have been a star if he was been Marion?
No.
No. Right?
Are you kidding me? Back then in the 30s, he was like a boy named Sue.
Yeah.
Remember that old thing about the boy named Sue?
Yeah.
I knew a cop, dude, back in the told me admitted his name. His mom named him Shirley Laverne. This was before the Laverne and Shirley TV show. It was out by the time I met him, but I mean, so he was a lot older than the show. So, his name was Shirley Laverne. How many fights you think he got into?
A lot.
In the 50s and 60s? Yeah, I'd say a lot.
And they made him drink Pepsi and milk.
Yep. Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated. Oh, shit. So what are you going to do?
So sequel, I mean, I don't you talk about Secret Invasion too much. I guess you covered it, but
no, we can go to him.
Oh, Johann
Gruffa. Fair enough.
Right,
Just spell it. He should spell it phonetic. Johann. That's fair, but I mean, how are we supposed to know that?
And his middle name should be Milner.
Milner, yeah. But there you go. Cary Grant was Archie Leach, sure.
So how boring was Secret Invasion? I mean, was it as boring as
God.
I'm way behind.
Well,
I need my punishment.
All you get your payoff for waiting 4 or 5 episodes of drab, boring ass drivel is you get to see Game of Thrones girl and the bad guy become Super Skrulls and fight for a few minutes. Woo!
Did they turn into like thing-like creatures or fire
powers?
Or...
More like Groot and all this other kind of shit because there's no thing or Mr. Fantastic to copy. But they're still Super Skrull. It's still the same powers as Super Skrull. It's just there's no Fantastic Four to copy. So
can they use all their powers at once?
They're using different powers. Yeah, it looks like you'd imagine because all the Super Skrull power is like a projected power that allows them to emulate the power of the FF and stuff.
Yeah.
This was different. This machine has DNA from everybody, including Carol Danvers and Thanos, Groot, and everybody. So they're like gods. I mean, the power is ridiculous.
Wow.
Do they have freaking
lasers out of their eyes too?
Do you think they would have freaking lasers? But I don't know. Freaking lasers. All right, Alejandro, thanks for popping in. It is always great to have you, my friend. Thank you so much.
Have a good
night. So, Jesus Christ. And they fight for a couple
boring.
minutes.
It's just a boring CGI
well, I mean,
fight.
In my opinion, it was. I don't know. I mean, it's just they free Rhodey, but you don't. I was thinking, so you guys don't even have the common decency, like maybe have a scene where Rhodey gets his armor for like 10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
Nah.
No War Machine.
No War Machine. You got Rhodey. That's all you need, right? All you need is Don Cheadle. You don't need War Machine. You don't need. There was no Marvel. There's not one Marvel superhero in the goddamn thing. Not even Carol Danvers, for God's sake. The whole world's at stake, and he says, "Nah, I'm not calling the Avengers. We're gonna do this on our own for a change." Yeah, who cares if we screwed up? Nah, me and Olivia Colman, a 50-year-old woman, we could take care of it, no problem.
So nothing exciting happens.
No, I didn't think so. And then Of course, the president, they saved Dolman, a Mulrooney president guy, and he's they managed to save him, and now he he's on their side, you think, and then he goes and after he's alive, goes and does this press conference saying Skrulls are amongst us. We gotta kill them. We gotta kill them all. And next thing you know, that starts creating antipathy towards all the Skrulls. Now we know that the Skrulls inside of human civilization. We show a bunch of anti-Skrull. You can see where this is going, right? Anti-Skrull groups, assassinations of Skrulls, all kind of hate Skrulls and stuff. And Fury even tells him on the phone, "Yeah, I was with you till you said that your hateful ass speech." He takes the president to task for saying, his hateful ass speech, and then he and I'm saving you the time, so we don't care about spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Fury and his Skrull wife go back to Saber Station or whatever, and I'm sure that leads into the Marvels.
Oh, exciting!
Remember the Marvels trailer? He's on the space station.
When she's bouncing, Ms. Marvel or Kamala Khan is bouncing into the space station. Yeah. So, how many superheroes did we get in this series?
I would say none.
Zero. There was not one costume hero.
Not one costume superhero, and not again, unless you can remind me, and I missed it.
I didn't see any in the first. I only watched the first 3 episodes, and I fell asleep
Did
watching.
You see any of those? No. Well, I saw nothing. Not one, unless you count Rhodey, and he was a Skrull the whole time. Wait, I take it back. You saw their names on the screens a couple of times. You saw Groot's name, and I think you saw a bunch of different names of
with their DNA rocket kind of things.
No, it's like on a computer. They showed Thanos' name once. Woo! This was like watching Agents of Smuck, where it
sounds worse than Agents of Shield.
It is
Agents
worse.
of Shield actually had some heroes.
Superheroes barely made it on there too. Who went on there other than what superhero went on there?
But at least they had the Inhumans, and they had. They had. I mean, I'm not. Hey, it's not a high bar, but at least they had. Crusher Creel, and not that it was the exact thing we wanted to see in the comics, but at least they tried. We had Ghost Driver on there.
No, Rhodey was not a Skrull when Falcon dropped his ass from the sky. The club was asking. No, afraid not. I don't think so. Remember, Rhodey's just walking around like nothing ever happened now.
So who saves all the humans that were being duplicated? And then
what's her face? Amelia, what are Skrull
Game of Thrones,
and Game of Thrones girls, and of course she's teaming up with Fury. Teams up with Fury.
And they release everyone, and
they killed her father. Of course, he tell us. So all this show did was cost you Maria Hill.
She's dead for good.
Telos, and at the end they also freed Agent Schmuck guy no one cared, Martin Freeman. Agent Ross, he gets freed. Yeah,
he gets freed, right? Yeah,
because he was kept the whole time. A Skrull. So. He didn't get to do anything. This is how with the real Rhodey and the real him, you get to see them get rescued, breaking out outside of the their where they were held. That's it. No, wow. Crusher Creel wasn't an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., Chris, but he was on an episode.
Yeah,
and that was one of the episodes that made me. I'm sitting there. He kind of looked okay, Crusher Creel, and I was like, "This is kind of cool." You got the
guy was
man.
Pretty big, yeah.
And then there's one problem. I'm like, "Who's he fighting? Humans." You got. Look, don't bother giving me the absorbing man if he's not fighting Thor or the Hulk. It's just stupid. Who wants to see him fight a bunch of damn humans with guns? Why?
Yeah,
and they did that. They did that with Blizzard on there too. They had Blizzard on an episode. It didn't look like him, but he was on there. I'm like, oh, they even had Gravitron on one of them.
They did, yeah. Graviton was.
Yeah, but so what? It was like nothing to it.
But at least it's got a
smuck.
It's much better than this show. I got to say, there were some.
I know it's better. Yeah, it's better than this shit. But still,
which is sad. No, but which is sad when you think of it, because now Disney has all the rights to the characters.
They have a bigger budget. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they had Deathlock on there. That was not, an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was not good. I'm just saying,
it's terrible. If they tried to say that this thing had a budget, they're lying their asses off.
Yeah,
I mean, they couldn't have. They didn't spend any money on. I mean,
no.
all the effects, like the crazy comic book effects, are in this episode, and it's just she knocks the fuck out of him so hard, like with her Captain Marvel powers or whatever. That's what at first you think it's going to be. She's just going to have, because they mentioned Carol Danvers' powers. She knocks him like into next Tuesday or whatever. When he comes back, they start fighting with Super Skrull powers.
Yeah.
Naturally, in a very clear, run down area where there's no people around, which is nice and convenient at least. And that fight it's not exciting. It doesn't really go on all that long.
Yeah, yeah, just CGI's fights are so boring now too. It's just so standard. It's just it's just been there, done that. Unless they do something innovative, or unless you care about the stakes in the project. Oh, Project Pegasus, that would have been a great miniseries. Yeah, wow, if they could do it right.
They put they had Project Pegasus in the stupid Captain Marvel movie. Ugh. It was a section of S.H.I.E.L.D. in that, remember?
Yep.
What a waste. Of course, Project Pegasus if you don't have the thing in it, what's the point?
You got to have the thing, right?
Yeah. We should review that comic.
I think Crusher Creel did have his ball and chain on Ravenscroft has a question. I don't know if he was married or if he had his ball. I think he had his ball and chain. Just a bad joke. My wife is not listening.
He had he found this he did find this ball thingy that was chained. It was just like he found it out somewhere. It was like a piece of like a gate or some kind of shit. And he broke it off of there and it looked like him, his what he usually has.
Yeah, here's I have a picture. Why not? We show a picture. It wasn't. Yeah, it makes me happy. Yeah. Well, it's Wild Card Wednesday, right? So
Quasar.
So here's the guy that, and there's his ball and chain. Yeah,
skinny Crusher Creel. But still, right there, he looks pretty good, like an absorbing man.
Yeah, so he would touch things that
guess he was going to fight.
Powers. He's going to fight Quake.
You can fight Quake, did he?
No, I'm joking. I don't think she was Quake at that point. He
fights Lucy Lawless.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He picked up this ball thing, just had to be sitting there in one of those pieces of art or something.
It's not like a statue or something, wasn't it?
Some kind of statue or some kind of horse hockey like that. It's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, there he's fighting people with guns. Yep.
Yep, he's fighting humans, folks. Woo! Not Thor.
Oh, here was the railing. It was a railing.
It was a railing thing. Yep.
Yeah, there we go. But
yes, sir.
That's all we got.
The thrilling Crusher Creel. Now look at all those other comic book versions.
He's had quite a few versions. Yeah.
Where he's Duke. One of them's from Daredevil. That's different. But the one there when he's like Big Mother, and he's fighting the Hulk, and I think didn't he first fight Thor and then Hulk? I think it was Thor first.
Probably was Thor. I think. Yeah.
Either one of them. I don't know.
It was an interesting character, though.
Oh, yeah, he was a great villain.
Right?
I mean,
yeah, great villain. Yeah. So, but.
Yeah, Graviton was in the show. They did have Frank Hall, but basically he died or some kind of whatever. Did they? And then I don't know. Did they have?
Yeah, they killed him off. Yeah, yeah. He killed off Glenn. Didn't he kill off Glenn
Talbot or something?
It was a pretty good episode. Yeah, but they had him. He was so powerful that
was he the Thomas Jane Glenn Talbot?
Yeah, here he is. Yep. So he became.
That's Graviton.
That's
Frank Hall. Who's playing him?
That's the guy from Heroes.
Okay, he's a big dude. He's chubbed out right there.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say anything.
But see what you say. I'm telling you though, it's different. You and I aren't.
Yeah, we're not actors. Yeah, we're not actors. Yeah. Well, here's what Graviton's supposed to look like. But I think they overpowered his character on the show, and then I can't remember how they killed him off, but they found a way to just
thank you, Fancy. It was Thor first. Yeah, well, what can you do?
But his character was pretty scary on the show. It was pretty pretty good.
He's so powerful. Well, in the comics anyway.
Well, yeah. Oh, this is how we die. Yeah, then Oh, that's how he became Graviton. They killed all those guys, killed off all the other scientists. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it wasn't bad. I mean, this was before the MCU took off, so it
Well,
was
this
kind of
show wasn't.
MCU adjacent.
Yeah, this show wasn't all that good, but it was better than Sucker Invasion. I mean, this show's kind of boring too, though, to me. I don't really like it. But again, at least you had stuff going on. I mean,
Yeah, no, you had
I don't
fights
know.
going on. You had great cast, I thought. I mean, that episode where she gets teleported to the other planet, that's
Yeah, I
considered the
remember
best
that one.
episode. That was a good episode when she's trying to get back to Earth and get back to Fitz. So that was a well done episode. That was creepy good. So but yeah, this at least parts, certain arcs were very boring, but other arcs were good. And
I watched it when I was watching it the first season or so. I went at my two buddies, Flash and Matt, would come on, and they didn't care. They didn't watch it at all. After a while, they weren't watching it either. They got bored. They stopped. They bowed out before I did. We would talk about it, and our running joke was always like, because they would have an episode, and I'd be watching, and they would mention the Hulk for they just say the Hulk or Thor and some Thor this or Captain America. And once in a while, I'm going, this episode should be called Agents of Name Dropping. Like tonight, on an exciting episode of Agents of Schmuck, they will say the word the Hulk tonight on a very special Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They're going to say the word Thor twice. You'll thrill as you hear them talk about Captain America's shield. Yes. They'll say Nick Fury once, maybe even twice tonight. Yay. So I was like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Oh, that's how that ended. Yeah, thank you for that, Joseph. Yep, I was trying to remember. Now this was someone mentioned Kyle as this actor as Hyde. Kyle MacLachlan.
He was
from
Kyle MacLachlan
Dune.
was Hyde. He looked like Mr. Hyde. He looked like shit.
Horrible.
He looked like dog crap.
I mean, he's a great actor. As the alter ego, he was good. But then when it was time to transform, I don't know if that's supposed to be a different actor or just bad makeup or. I mean, they didn't want to use CGI on him, so I was like, "What's going on?" I was laughing when I was watching this. I'm like, he's supposed to be Mr. Hyde in this one.
Awful. I remember that was one time I stopped watching it. I gone back to watching it, and then I left it again. Bush Pan Down, and that's true. He says I need to watch something of exceptional quality after sitting through Sucker Invasion torture. That's a good point there. Bush Pan Down. And I don't know. I will. I'll watch something decent tonight. I've already watched my V'gers. I'll watch my UFO episode tonight.
Did you watch your Tales
of Tomorrow? Not yet
episode,
but I will.
And there's a Star Trek actor
running out of those. Oh yeah, so I mentioned that.
Got like 10 more. Yeah. So I'm like, he looks so familiar. I'm like, that guy looks so familiar in this. And
which one was it again?
Conscious of the King.
Oh yeah.
Yep. What's the lead
Gotta
actor?
Play Anton Caridian.
Caridian. Yep. Caridian. Yep.
Oh man, what's that guy's name? Oh, someone will know in the chat. I can't really nail it. His name.
I was just there
he is.
Looking it up. Yep. So he's an agent. He's in the Tales of Tomorrow episode. Yeah.
Kodos. The
Executioner. Arnold Moss.
Hey,
Arnold
Cardi.
Moss. Hey,
Cardi, what's up? Is there? No, sir. There is not a single night I don't live stream. Well, last night I didn't from unusual circumstances. The only night that I don't do a late stream because I do four of my own shows a week, and they're all at 9+ Central. And then on Thursdays and Friday, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm on at 6 p.m. with Tom at Midnight's Edge. Except for last night, I had to go somewhere. I had someone in town. I couldn't make it for that, but normally I'm on those. Wednesday nights, as I was earlier tonight, I'm on the Roundtable on Loki's channel, and then Friday nights with my buddy J Man over there, and then later after that on Nick Weiser's channel. And then of course, I got my Saturday nighter, then my Sunday nighter with Mark. So
Yep.
no, but the only one I don't do a late night show on is Tuesday night. That's my only night to not have to do something late. Which is why
were you suffering withdrawal syndromes last night for not being on, not streaming?
Only reason I wasn't is because I was Only reason I wasn't is because I was out with some friends, So
yeah,
when I got back,
otherwise you would have had withdrawal syndrome. Yeah,
well, I did come in here and watch and see if anybody was on streaming, and nobody was streaming.
I thought Dadman was streaming last night.
Yeah. Oh, he may have been. Yeah, I didn't catch it until later. Thank you, D. Bud Martin, for that, and thank you, Cardinal Sin for Cardinal Sin member 10 months clobber level. Is there a day of the week you don't live stream? Yeah. Members, I saw the members chat. I already answered this, but okay. Yep.
No, the members chats aren't. StreamYard did some upgrades, but we still don't see the members chat, right?
Yes.
We don't see that still yet. Yeah.
Live streams keep you young, Clubby. Thank you, Ravenscraft. I think I will do I'll do a it's too late, by the way, Ravenscraft. I'm old. I think next Tuesday night I might do it. If not this Tuesday or the next, I might do I think it's gonna be
there's no Toxic Tuesday next week, so
no, I think the first Tuesday night, maybe next Tuesday night I'll do a member stream. If I don't do it next Tuesday, I might have to do it in September. So yeah,
I was gonna try to do until I got zonked.
When last night?
Well, no, I mean in general, I was like, oh, I can't wait to do a live stream with my members, and then I got zonked.
Oh shit!
By YouTube. Yeah.
Well, since there's no Toxic Tuesday night, so
yeah, it'll be a good night for you to do it. Yep.
Indeed, Ravenscroft. I hope you'll be there for the member stream when we do it. So, but thank you, D-Bud, for that. Because see, like D-Bud has to show us when there's a member chat, Cardinal. But actually, I answered your question before. You didn't have to do that member chat. But I answered your question before you did that. But yes, I'm streaming every damn night. The only nights that I'm streaming one time are Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday. Oh boy, it gets to be a lot of streaming, duder.
Yeah, well,
but it's fun.
It's
though.
A lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun. Yep.
It's not like
it wasn't fun. We wouldn't be doing it, right? I mean,
yep. Let's take a look at this
poll here. It wasn't fun to hang out with you guys, right? I mean, oh, this is so horrible hanging out with you guys. I can't believe it. I gotta do it again. Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna knock the poll out really quick just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
All right. So the poll question was, did you watch the Barbie movie? 97% said nopers. So 2%. So we do have somebody that watched it. There's no right or wrong answer, of course. So interesting, because I just figured since I have all guys, and that dovetails to back what I was saying before. I've watched tons and tons of reviews of it. I've watched all the controversy about it, and that's interesting enough to me. But even if none of the controversy had happened, even if a lot of these guys were saying they enjoyed it, it was fun, but it obviously still made for the ladies, I wouldn't watch it. There's nothing that would make me want to watch the movie, and that's just not an insult or anything. It's like not my bag, baby. That sort of thing isn't my bag, baby.
Well, I might end up watching it this weekend, unfortunately.
I'm talking about I couldn't even watch it right here. I couldn't even sit in front of it. I'd rather because if I turned it on in front of a TV, I would just want to watch something else.
Yeah.
And but in other geek related news, did you know there is a comic? There's another DC animated movie out right now that hit stores. That Loki and I told Loki about it. I didn't realize until we looked into it tonight. It's freaking R-rated, according to him.
What's it called?
It is called. Hang on a second. It's called Justice League War World or something like that. I'm skeptical if they were just reading it wrong or seeing something wrong. But if you could find a picture of it or something,
I'll find it. Yeah,
thingy of it.
let me
And,
goggle it. Just this.
It's Claude saw it at the store. How can it looks pretty normal compared to like some of the recent DC animated features. I'm like, wait a minute, why in the frack? Oh, I saw the trailer for The Exorcist Believer. It was awful, says Joe Dog. What about that book you wrote titled "The Barbie Movie"? Oh yeah, the Barbie movie. It's definitely my bag, baby. I saw the trailer for The Exorcist Believer. It was awful. Oh, okay, another Exorcist movie. Man, I tell you what, Joe Dog, ask Mark. I was just sitting around the other day going, you know what? What the world needs now is another Exorcist movie. I mean, come on, man.
I can't. And those are too scary to begin with. Like too scary for me.
But even if you look, the first movie is undeniably good. I mean, it's great and it's just disturbing. But who sits around going, man, more Exorcist remakes and movies? You call it The Exorcist. Fuck it. This is called The Exorcist, and let it be the same old junk that they always do. I bet they'll be trying to excise a demon from someone. What do you bet?
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out there. So, I don't know if you found anything, but it's.
Yep, I got it. Yeah, let me show it.
It's called.
Yep.
Now, is it really R?
I'm on IMDb, so let's see here. Let's share the screen, and we shall find out. So let's see. Rated R. Hour and 29 minutes. Quite long for an animated movie too.
Yeah. I mean, they look sort of normal.
Let's see the photos. So, Warworld, a place of unending brutal gladiatorial combat. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and others must unite to form an unbeatable resistance to lead the entire planet to freedom, not to be confused with Planet Hulk. I added that.
Even though it confused with Planet Hulk. Yeah, I know you did. We can't watch any trailer from it.
No. These are still images, so we're okay with that.
Look, Warlord. They got Jonah Hex. They got Travis Morgan, Warlord. Hey, Max Redstone, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Max. We got Clark Kent in black and white.
Well, I wouldn't mind watching it, but why would it be violent? Like, hey,
is that supposed to be Wonder Woman?
It might be Lois or Wonder Woman. I don't know.
Oh, it's the info here. Oh, they don't tell you who it is there. Jonah Hex.
There's Wonder Woman. There's Warlord. That's cool.
Very cool. Yep.
Ow, my neck hurts. Yeah. This Lobo
and John Johns.
John Joneses.
And who's that from? Who's that from? I
don't know. It's not Batlash. But that's Wonder Woman right there. I'm sure. It looks like it's stolen from that issue, that comic. Warlord said, I don't know. I don't know.
Who's that supposed to be? Is that Brainiac?
No. Is that this? Oh, it's Mongol. If it's Mongol, he's skinny.
Yeah, it's too skinny to be. That's why I said Brainiac, not
member chat. Do I have another member chat? Let me check.
I didn't see one.
He's saying member chat again.
Nope, I didn't. Unless there's a new one coming up.
He's saying member chat. You can only get one at a time, though.
Yeah, we got the one from Gil, and then
it can only be one.
I don't see another one. Yep.
Hey, Gil, if you hear me, I answered your member chat. Hey, Matthew Pounder, good to see you, my friend. Matthew, I answered your member chat even before it was a member chat.
Oh, he said he skipped ahead and didn't hear the answer to that the first time.
Okay, that's cool.
He was time traveling.
You time traveler, you? Okay, well that's cool. We'll give it to you.
Call Captain Infinity.
What was the question again? It was Oh, okay. Is there not a I don't stream now? Actually, no, there is not one. Cardinal, basically, I do 4. Hey, Oliver Bellamonte, good to see you. Cardi, I do 4 my own show a week. I do of course Mondays and Wednesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays, my own show, 9 p.m. Central, as you may know. then Tuesdays and Thursdays, except for last night, which was a rare occasion, or once, except for once a month anyway, I should say. I do Tom Connor's show on Midnight's Edge After Dark at 6 p.m. Central. On Wednesdays, most of the time, if Loki's having it, I'm on his roundtable at 7 p.m. Central. These are both shows I've been committed to for a long time that I've done. And then on Friday nights, I do my good buddy J-Man's channel sometimes there for him with him on his Friday Night Free For All. Then after that, it's the Friday Night Comic Shop Gang. And of course, on Sunday nights, I'm on with Mark D with the Cease channel. Mark D.
Sunday Night Eatery.
Eatery. Well, they can't see it now.
Mark D with the comment. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. Mark G with the D with the Cease Sunday Night Geekery. Although some have called it Sunday Night Eatery. Yeah. But how did that get there? And Monday nights, sometimes I do 2 shows on Monday nights as well. So the only night I'm not streaming late is Tuesday night. DC is releasing an outrageous cash grab comic book called Godzilla versus King. But versus Kong versus Justice League. Weird.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So what else we got pictures wise here?
Well, this is all the aliens, I guess, and
why would they make this R?
Silly.
It's cool to see Jonah Hex and Warlord.
Yeah,
I want to see this, but I'm not going to buy an R-rated. It's not going to support. I'll watch it some other way. So is that supposed to be freaking Mongol?
I guess.
No. Yeah, he's yellow. Their Mongol looks like shit. And look, people getting shot, and they go to Scartaris, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, because that's
shit.
Right, and with the background characters there. Yeah.
Why are they calling it Justice League? It's got 3 members of the Justice League in it. Oh, I'm sorry. It does have 4, I think, actually. I'm sorry. Oh, and there's Lobo. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, it might be entertaining. This is White Martians.
Got some
black and white
flashbacks to the 50s, I guess. It looks like a 57 Chevy there. Looks like to me.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what.
Is that Superboy there?
Is that Superboy? I gotta watch this.
It looks is drawn kind of young, and I guess
what a Wonder Woman.
That can't be Wonder Woman in a Western.
Yeah, remember she was in that Western episode of Justice League when she looked sort of similar to that, but she doesn't look too curvy in this. Which concerns me. Can't ever look too curvy.
Well, you're not allowed to do that anymore.
Look at that violence in a Justice League show.
Yeah, that's kind of
Matthew Pounder.
That's bad. I mean, they think that it makes it better.
Why is she using a gun?
To be adult and Eric K just sent me a picture of his dinner. I'm sure it's something good.
Oh, Eric did send me some stuff. I forgot to check it out, Eric. I'm sorry. Let me see.
Sea bugs. Oh, that looks awesome. Oh, and on the grill too, it looks like very nicely done.
Well, I'd like to book you for my channel on Tuesday in 2057.
Yeah.
That year I happen to know it's filled up, but any upcoming Tuesday in the next month or two, I'm sure I've got plenty of time. I got time for one anyway.
Yeah, I don't know how long we're taking off Toxic Tuesday. Are we doing two weeks off on Toxic Tuesday? I can't remember now. 2 or 3 weeks.
Hey, Cardi, when we're going to get Canadian Spider-Man back on and talk about Spider-Man with him? That was fun. I remember we did that. Remember when we did that? That was fun.
That was a great show. Yeah, and he was wearing his costume.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. It was that was pretty cool, man.
And Gil sent them all those comics. Yep. That's a bunch of Spidey comics. Yeah.
He did. Gil sent him some comics. That was a lot of fun.
Good comics. I had a lot of those actually.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed the hell out of that. Max Redson says, "I say we have a modern day have gun will travel reads the card of a man. Paladin is transported to present day San Francisco. I'm all there for you. It's fast going for Hyler. He's the calling wind.
He might be the only guy that ends up in prison in San Francisco after he's there.
Oh, yeah. Well, she got a lot of pictures for this. 98
they got 90.
pictures.
I'll go fast.
Pictures. That's cool. As long as I can get dinged for this, right?
No, this is just the slides. Stills. You can't get dinged for stills. Yeah, it's IMDb. Yeah, it's public. It's
just in case. Every now and then, what if we break it up with something like this?
You can,
Geekery. Sunday night geekery. Sunday night geekery. Sunday night geekery. Get hungry. Come eat at Sunday night geekery. Ooh, eat at Joe's. Eat at Joe's. Eat at Joe's.
Is this supposed to be a white Martian or?
Maybe they're the bad guys.
Maybe. Yeah, Superman looks awfully young and skinny there, doesn't he?
The skinny. This is what disturbs me. They've been doing the past couple of these movies. Supes is a little bit on the skinny side. I kind of like that Super Sons one. You saw that one, right?
Yep.
Wonder Woman looks okay, the costume, but she might be a little skinny. Larry, what's up, duder? All right,
hey,
Larry. K-Dog Broadcasting,
hey,
greetings. Should have kept that poll up there longer. Do you guys ever do theme shows, i.e. focus on a character or a story or a creator? I'd love to see something about underrated series that should have lasted longer for. Yes. Ravenscroft, I have on many occasions. I've done stuff like I say, Wildcard Wednesday is usually me just hanging out here, but sometimes I'll use it to put if I need to do any kind of theme show, and it's just and I'm already doing something that Monday night. Usually though, if it's comics related, I'll try to do it on the Monday night. But if it's sometimes other theme shows that aren't comic related, I try to do those on Wednesday. It just varies. But I've done many, and we'll plan many more. We're like sometimes comics reviews, sometimes comics characters. A couple of years back, my buddy Carlos and we did a whole episode, a whole story about The Thing, dedicated to The Thing. We've done, like I said, various reviews talking about various runs on comics. There's always going to be something like that. As I've said before, next week starts August. August is Jack Kirby month, so it's other than my Star Trek shows, everything's going to be Jack Kirby. And fortunately, Jack's birthday falls on a Monday, which is cool for the Monday Night Talk. And Gene Roddenberry's birthday falls on a Saturday for a Star Trek show, so that's pretty cool. But yes, Ravenscroft, we will be doing. I always like to do some theme stuff, whether it's reviewing this, that, and the other, doing a character. But you're right. It's been a while since I've done something on one character, but I tend to change that. Now, also, in February is Superman month, so I focus on Superman for a whole month. And I think I need to do a Batman month eventually. I might do that soon. I'm not sure which month I would pick for bats.
October.
They've tried to make September Batman month for some reason. She just doesn't look that great in this, but she's okay, I guess.
This costume is not a good Wonder Woman costume either. I don't like that.
It's kind of
colors are too muted.
Yeah, the whole thing's muted.
I don't know.
K-Dog Broadcasting. Is there any Warlord fans in this place? Oh yeah, I feel it's an underrated run, especially Mike Grell's tenure. Minimus, who is here in the chat somewhere, the other day we were at some shop. He bought a bunch of Warlord comics, filling up his collection. Max Redstone says 90% of Clobberin Time's theme shows usually entail talk food that Mark D with a C eats, that also discuss Raquel. That's not true. Not my theme shows anyway. Yeah, it's the open shows that get us into trouble, Max.
Yes.
Eatery.
Ooh, look, talk about eating. Someone's dinner for a dinosaur.
Yep.
But they think, by making this R, they think like you have to show the blood and guts, and you don't need that to make a show. You don't need that for. You just have to infer you can show a character obviously getting eaten, but you don't have to make it, graphic or, it's different. It doesn't really, oh, wow. I mean, like the Logan movie. Yeah. You finally did get to see Wolverine go all out on which kind of makes sense for that character. See, Logan chopping an arm off, but in the comics, you don't have to do. I mean, you don't have to do that, and you just imagine it. Of course, if Wolverine's fighting someone, it's going to be a mess.
Supposed
but
to be Starfire.
It can't be.
I don't know.
Inconceivable.
Matthew Pounder.
Frankie Ray.
That's DC. Matthew Pounder. She's Marvel.
I know.
I know what you mean by March and Batman, but it's so close to February. I didn't want to do it that close to each other, but I understand. Oh wow! Could not be reached. Had the Remco Warlord figure. Wow. That's a rare
cool.
mother. Whew. I'm looking with those. I've never seen one in person. I don't think. Well, no, maybe at a con. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't like the way they look. I don't like the way they look too much. The way that the art draws them right here. Speaking of food,
Superman looks too young here.
Huh?
Superman looks like Superboy here. I mean, right? Or is it me?
Yeah. I'm just glad they have normal costumes. Like, it was so weird seeing them look relatively normal in their costumes. On the other hand, they've got, it's rated R with blood and guts in it. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, Batman looks the best, I think.
Could you? I mean, what are you supposed to do you're mommy, I want to that superhero comic with Batman. I mean, that movie, it's a cartoon with Batman and Superman. Sure, son. And they go buy it. Do they check to see if there's
parents check? I hope, yeah.
I don't know, because it could be an R-rated movie. They could wait till they get home and turn it on, and they see that R up there.
Well, that's what happened with the DC animated Poison Ivy, not Poison Ivy. Oh god, Joker's girlfriend, Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I was put the series on for my niece, who's like 7 years old.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, there's a Harley Quinn series, and she loves Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy because they had the whole kids line and had that. They did have a kitty cartoon and kitty toys, geared toward young girls. And God, if I'd played that, I mean, within 2 minutes you realize what it is. But it's like when we were watching. You have to go out and rent movies right back in the day, and
right.
My sister-in-law puts on Tropic Thunder with all the young kids there.
Oh,
and I'm getting into, you know how it opens pretty raunchy, if everyone remembers the dance number, and everyone's looking at me. It's like, don't look at me. Don't always blame. I know Mark, I always get blamed a lot, but it's like, don't blame me for this one. It was mom, mom that I didn't suggest this one. So,
let me answer Cardinal Sin here. He says, is it still possible to access your Blog Talk radio show programs? Yes, sir, it is. You have to go to their site. I mean, I could probably pull up some old links from somewhere and try to find them. I don't go back because I hate listening to my old shows. They're terrible. I don't recommend them. But I mean, yes, almost all of them are there from the beginning. But there's there's like a 2.5 year gap when I was with someone else and networked with someone else, and the idiot took all the shows off to because we were afraid they were going to get rid of all of them because they had a dispute between one of the other people that I was networked with, and kept them off of there. So remember, like, a bunch of them are missing. But that, other than that, after that, then from around 2012ish or whatever up to 2020ish when I came over here, they're all on there. And then and the ones before that are on there. Just like there's like a year and a half chunk of they're missing. They're on there though.
I'm trying to find them now. Actually, I've listened to some.
No, don't do. God, you're not gonna.
I listened to like the last one. Don't.
I can't believe you did that. I don't want anyone to listen to them. I'm embarrassed. I hate them.
It was good. They were good. I listened to your last show too. When you did your last show there,
that was fun. I think that how long ago that's been now.
10 years.
I mean, in the old days, man, I had a worse microphone than I have now. I had a horrible microphone. But then again,
the good news is for you, it's not showing up. I don't see any of your shows.
What?
I can't find them. Maybe I'm searching wrong. What was your show called? Clobberin Times?
Clobberin Time.
Clobberin Time. That's it. I won't share it, but.
No, you can if you want to. I was kidding. I'm mildly kidding.
Okay.
But
no,
I do hate it.
It's not showing up.
Whoa.
Let's see here.
Is Blog Talk Radio even on anymore?
Well, this is Blog Talk Radio, right?
Are they
Right
still
here?
alive? I haven't even looked in on them in forever.
Right? So that's
maybe they got rid of them all. I couldn't back them up. There was too much stuff. Not that I cared anyway.
What about the
I
one
love
where
them
you
to leave
had?
them.
Didn't you have Spider-Man 77? Nicholas Hammond. Did you interview
Yeah,
him
I
one
went
time?
back and listened to that about a year or so ago. I went back and listened to that one. It's only like he's on for like 15, 20 minutes. But Oliver
That's
Belamonte.
Clobberin times, right?
I'll get to
See,
that
that's
one in
not
a
too-
second. I'll get to that one in a second, Oliver. Huh. Let me see.
Back said, "Mom, don't blame me. I got Basic Instinct from Redbox." Yeah.
What?
Let's see. I don't see. Yeah, I did a search for Clobberin. Let's see. Any categories? Let's see. Entertainment or comic. Let's see. Comic books.
There you go.
I mean, they did used to show up.
I Googled it and they're on there. Oh, man, they got my Bob Rozakis one. Man, I haven't listened to that forever. 14 years old, that show.
Well, how come I'm not seeing any of them here? I'm in the wrong.
I don't know.
Right.
I went to Google and I Googled the words. I Googled Clobberin Time and Blog Talk Radio. That's one word. Blog Talk Radio, one word usually. Here, I'll show you. Bob, I'll share it.
Okay. Yep. Oh, here we go.
There's my yeah.
Okay.
My password? Oh, hell no. I don't think so.
On D-Bud got it. Thank you, D-Bud. Yep.
No, thanks, D-Bud. So anyway, I don't have an account anymore. We don't have an account anymore. But there, wow, that one stopped it. Because reason why a lot of the time periods are close to that's 2 hours. Because back then it would cut off for 2 hours. Back when I did that, it was free for a while. Top 10 all-time favorite comic book stories. I remember that. Wow, that's still up there. My goodness.
Tuesday Night Geek Talk. I like that title.
Tuesday Night Geek Talk. Thursday
Saints,
theme
wild card.
I had a thing when I did Thursday theme shows. Oh, by the way, that's another reason I couldn't put any of these on YouTube because they have music all over them. You could play any music you wanted to play. Let's see, what is this?
Kickball Awards. That's right, boys.
Oh, the Ball Kick Awards. And there's my New Orleans Saints shows I did. Yes, I had this thing we did annually at the beginning of each year called the Clobberin Time Annual Ball Kick Awards. You can imagine, and then after the first few years, Jar Jar Abrams was the Hall of Fame. He was the lead every time. But I know it's me. 2011, I got some 2011 stuff on there. It's weird. They got these are so random. Me Tuesday night, New Orleans Saints NFL wildcard week 1, 12 years ago.
Wow.
That was when I was doing short shows, like 20, 30 minutes. Oh, yeah, second annual Ball Kick Awards. I haven't listened to that forever. The Ball Kick Awards. This doesn't put them in any kind of order at all.
I don't think so, right? I think it's
New Year's Eve. Yeah, New Year's Eve goodbye to 2010. Christmas hangout. New Orleans Saints. Week 15 review. Thursday theme show. Geek Christmas shows. Yeah, wow. Memories, folks.
Top 25 superheroes.
Yeah, top 25 superheroes recap show, actually. But where the others, they're so they're so random. That was the second part of when we did a recap of our. Crazy. Man, oh man. See, 14 years ago, 12 years ago, 11 years, it's all over, but it's not in any order.
Yeah, it's not in order,
yeah. And look, see, Wednesday night, Open Geek Talk, reviews of Walking Dead, Supernatural. You've been talking. I didn't review it. I never watched it. It was my friend Flash reviewed it.
Yeah, I was wondering because I didn't think you watched it. Yeah.
No. Flash reviewed it. Saints. The boys are marching. Oh, look. Clobberin Times issue number 200. The Big Burn Bash. That's right, boys and gerbils. Clobberin Time issue 200. It's here. It's time for the Big Burn Bash. Bashful Brown Benji will go after legendary comic artist writer John Byrne, and I'll beat up on him for 2 hours, which I did. I can't remember anything about that show. Realize seeing this stuff now, I'm seeing these. I'm like, I don't remember any of this crap.
You don't remember you were there.
I mean, I mean, I remember. I don't remember big details, basically.
Yeah.
And see, they don't. If I had access to the account, it would be able to tell me all my vitals. So I don't know what kind of listenership I had, or any of that kind of stuff. So I don't even think you can see the chat rooms when you watch.
Well, what happens if you tried to get into your account? It's nuked. Or?
It's you can't. I mean, what's his name changed it to something else.
Yeah.
Top 25. Yeah, we did top 25 Star Trek long ago, Larry, and of course, but Raquel and I did that also later.
But Raquel found you on Blog Talk Radio, right?
I think she did. I think she said so. Yeah. Once we met at Doomcock's.
Because I didn't even know you kept mentioning Blog Talk Radio. You kept saying BTR. I'm like,
yeah, I say BTR.
You would always say BTR. I'm like, what the heck is this BTR? It's like, I had no idea.
Why is this so random? Sports.
I'm like, is that Bachman Turner Overdrive? I'm a BTR.
Yes.
What? I'm like, what?
Oh, look at that one. Dragon Con preview.
And I'm a talk radio junkie too, and I never heard of it. So I mean, back in the day, all I did was listen to talk radio.
Dude, on BTR, if you could think about it, somebody had a show about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking crazy.
Superhero Pez's.
You found that? Probably.
Pez dispensers. No, I'm sure.
2010 Thursday theme show, Treasury editions. I sort of remember doing that one. And as you see, most of them were at 2 hours, some slightly a little bit more because you only got 2 live hours. Then later you got 2 live hours if you were when we were subscribed. This was before we were even charged for it. Later you could do 2 hours if you were a subscriber. If you were paying them, you could do it in prime time, and then your last hour you could go over, but that wouldn't be live. The last hour you would have to record it, and people would have to hear that later.
Yeah,
which was weird, right? Friday night show, Bring on the Bronze. Wow, memories, man. Jeez.
Good times.
Yeah, good times. 13 years ago. Top 25 Doctor Who episodes of all time. You know, the guy that I did that and a couple of other these shows doesn't talk to me anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a sad thing. A couple of the gentlemen that I did that show with to go over the comic
geek
shows.
Issues or
yeah. Guys, I mean, cool. I thought he was such a cool dude. And over the Screw 52, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
He was kind of a failed writer. I say that to tease him. I mean, he used to say that about himself. You should run your BTR shows on your Discord server. I don't have. Do I have one?
Yeah, we do. We got the Clubhouse.
Oh, can you? I mean, is it
Well, yeah, because that Discord doesn't matter. That's okay on Discord. You're okay.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't know how to do it, Cardi. But
I'll ask Mr. Angel. I don't know if can you download those BTR shows? Like, can anyone download them?
Let's see.
Can you just click download? What happens?
Or
can you only just listen?
I don't know. Oh yeah. There's a download thing. You look, see where my.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you can download.
See where my mouse is up there. It's up there.
You can click download.
Cloud. Download this episode.
All right. Yeah.
Embed this episode. But I ain't worried about it. But no, I mean, nobody will watch.
If anyone wants to volunteer to do it,
it'd be a lot of work.
Or maybe pick up if you knew this episode is really good, it'd be fun to, maybe a couple of them, that you would say this is a good one. Yep. Yeah.
I was trying to find that one when I did theme show Captain America from 2010. That's when I was hearing the Clobberin Time 20. The show was called Clobberin Time 2010 and so forth by the year there.
Okay. Yeah.
Clobberin Time Thursday theme show. Alan Moore. This week, the works of Alan Moore, my friends. It's no secret, whatever. So, yeah. So, I'm only in 2010 right now. That's 700 shows on here. So, like I said, with maybe a few missing, but
a couple of years missing, you think, right?
But they're so out of order. Let me jump ahead real quick.
How far back does it go?
Then I just did a jump of a bunch of episodes. Yeah. It's just crazy. It's all over the place. Every now and then I go back and look at this and go, wow, that's such a long time ago.
Yeah, it's far away.
Yeah. A lot of Saint shows. Oh, there's one, Clobberin Time Man, that's so old. Let's see. Called The Other Works of Gene Roddenberry. From Have Gone to Travel to the Quester Tapes. How many other works by the great bird of the galaxy? There you go.
Members only content. That's it, yep. Except you can go and download them for free. But yeah, curated content. That's a good idea, though. Yes,
I guess some people
the
still
best
use
of,
this.
yeah. Yeah, it
So I
still
guess people
exists.
still use it. Man, it's amazing. I would have thought people just got rid of it.
Well, I guess, can you see what's live? I guess, hey, there must be live shows.
I don't know. I guess so. Yeah.
If you click on the homepage, I guess it'll show you what's
Gutty
live.
crappers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's some weird stuff there, folks. I haven't looked at that in a while. Thank you, Cardinal Sin.
Yep. And we got 2 more pictures left, so might as well. This Justice League War World. Why is Superman supposed? No, that's right. Superman's supposed to be in the past. There, I don't get that.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, I don't know.
He's black and white.
Yeah. Look, it's got that old warrior Batman thingy or whatever. The cape, and it's like the.
Oh,
they're all in different parts of the past.
Yeah, there we go.
No, they got sent to the past somehow.
I got
timey-wimey time travel for Captain Finity there.
Yeah, it's on 4K.
4K. Yeah. I can't believe it's R-rated. That's
yeah, I don't like the R-rated stuff too, but it's just not needed. I mean,
it doesn't even look
I don't
like
need the blood and
guts.
You
know what I mean? It doesn't look like something that would.
Yeah, but they want to skew towards adults and.
But I know that. What does that create for kids who go in there? Their parents. I don't know. If, mommy, can I get the Superman and Batman cartoon? Sure, son.
Well, I guess son. That title, that cover's not geared towards kids either, I guess. But yeah, it doesn't say rated R on the cover, right?
They look like Batman, Superman, and
yeah,
Batman.
You're right.
Know?
Yeah,
they're not all blood and gutsy on the cover, anyway.
Yep. And we'll shield your eyes because this is what we got diverted from the food, but this is what Eric had for dinner. So what?
Man, why are you putting that kind of crap on there?
It's Wild Card Wednesday. Oh, that looks delicious.
Wild Card, no seafood over here.
Seafood, eat it.
No, not on this channel. It's not. Nope. Ugh. Well, on the upside, you can show me that, and it won't make me hungry. So there you go.
There you go. Yeah, with the I mean, the art looks pretty good in War World for the most part, I guess, but without having.
Yeah, I mean, it might be okay, but I don't understand why it needs to be freaking. And when it comes on the streamer thingy, Max or whatever, I'll look at it, I guess. No hurry.
That's the thing now. You can just wait for it. Does it eventually come to streaming? I guess it will.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It always
surprised it hasn't already. They're putting it out on.
Or maybe it is.
And the disc for it's not on Max yet. I don't think. This is the first I even heard about it yesterday. Oh, Oliver brought this to my attention. May want to look into it. Next year, DC will release 2 new animated films from 2024: Watchmen and Crisis on Infinite Earths. Let's look that up.
Watchmen?
A Watchmen animated?
Wow. I wonder if we're going to get squids. Let me check.
Let's see. New DC animated movies.
Yeah, here we go. Yep. Revealed at SDC 2023.
Thanks. Yep, I can never find crap as fine as quick as you do.
There we go. There's an article from Polygon.
All righty.
Until morale improves, the Watchmen adaptations will continue. Yeah.
So it's until morale improves. Yep. Okay, I got you. Well, it ain't gonna improve. So
yeah,
I would like to see them do a straight adaptation and just do it right. Do it scene for scene, word for word, animated in the Dave Gibbons look to the style.
Yep.
And that's that. Because I got too many problems with the damn live action movie, but we've all argued about that movie. And let it fine. It's fine. When you try to translate something like that to the screen, you're going to have arguments because no one wants to do it exactly right. Fine. This is animation. Okay, there's no excuse not to get this right. No excuse at all. So all I'm asking is, look, fair cop. I won't bitch about the movie ever again if you just do this animated movie right. It would be so nice to have it. As a Watchmen fanatic now, and it has been one since the first issue came out the first damn day. In fact, I looked forward to it a year before it came out. Couldn't wait. 1985, we were seeing interviews with Alan Moore that they were distributing to comic shops. Their own comic shops. They sent out a VHS interview about half an hour long because Alan Moore had become such a phenomenon at that point. They did an interview with him over there, and it was real jazzy and fun. You probably find it online somewhere. And they sent it to comic shops, and I watched that thing over and over again. And I couldn't wait for Watchmen because I'd already loved what he's done. They did Superman stories, and I loved the Swamp Thing. And I'm like, oh man, that Watchmen looks. And at first, I was like, I don't know. I didn't like Gibbons that much at first. I kind of liked some of his 2000 AD stuff, but I wasn't big on his Green Lantern one. I wasn't that big on his Green Lantern one. So I was like, I was kind of disappointed that he's doing that, but I'm gonna check it out. First issue, boom, I'm sold. I love him now. My buddy Steve Mitchum hates him. He can't stand Gibbons, but I love Gibbons. Anyway, but point being, just please, even though now that 40-something years have gone under the bridge, and I admit that they shouldn't have, Watchmen made a lot more trouble than it was worth in terms of what it did to the art form and the industry. Be that as it may, it's still a masterpiece of comic book storytelling. It's still a brilliant work. And I would like to see it get a faithful animated adaptation. A movie can go screw itself. I like certain things in it. I know people just say,
movie. Yeah.
I know people just like to say accept it and not criticize it. I can't do that. I almost can't do that with any movie. And I'm certainly not going to do with an adaptation of something like Watchmen. When the idiot Hack Snyder for over a year lied about how he was going to get it all right and do everything, and then jerked us around for a year. But anyway, so I would like to see them do that. I doubt it. But what I really want to know is what's the deal with this Crisis on Infinite Earths business?
Yeah, they're going to do that too. Yep. I know you're not a fan of that story.
Well, K-Dog Productions, the thing is, he says the only thing hate about the live action movie is the killing of Rorschach. Well, he died in the comic. I mean, Rorschach was going to die no matter what. So Rorschach, that is part of the story. I mean, look, Jackie O'Haley, that's one of the best things is some of the casting in that movie.
Wow.
Snyder, who's been terrible at casting and some stuff, but Snyder, to his credit, did some great casting in that movie, especially Jackie Earle Haley, Patrick Wilson, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. They were just sensational.
And don't forget Silk Spectre.
Oh yeah, I like her. Yeah, I mean,
my young and old. Yep.
Yeah, buddy, both of them. So
there's a lot I love about that, and the director's cut with the Tales of the Black Freighter mixed in.
Yes,
really, it's a great movie. I know you don't like the change in the ending and to the movie, and you kind of explained that, and you made me. I had to agree with you, but at first I did like that change.
No, it's not just that though. I also hated some of the over the top camp where the fighting's really screwed up. Where they got all these, stupid
the prison
slow motion matrixy fight scenes. Like you had and you had idiotic shit like Rorschach falls from 5 stories and lands in the comic. He busts his ass, breaks his leg, and or his ankle, and gets the shit kicked out of him. In the movie. He falls 5 stories, same way. Then he just pops up to his feet and goes Bruce Lee on 30 cops. It's like, it was so stupid. That's not what Rorschach is. Okay? Like he kung fu's a bunch of cops.
Well, is a normal.
Also,
well,
he's supposed to be like a guy in a coat who sneaks up on people and kills them.
Yeah.
And they even ruined his origin with the dogs and with the killer, with the child killer. It's a small but important bit. Because he's supposed to chain the guy up to the stove and leave a saw next to him, hacksaw. He goes, he says, He goes, I wouldn't bother trying to cut through it. You'll never make it in time. Let him burn.
cut through the. And he's referencing the handcuffs. He's got to cut through something else.
Wouldn't trying to cut through the hand. Yeah, you have to cut through something else. Wouldn't bother. Won't make it.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
K Dog is asking.
Glasses the guy up. Mm-hmm.
Who played Dr. Manhattan? I think it was a really big Smurf.
Yes.
Wasn't it one of the Smurfs? Yeah. I forget who that was. I
always forget that guy's name.
He was good in it. He was good in it.
Dr. Manhattan was a weird thing because when you never heard him talk before, we finally hear him talk, and I'm like, I guess that makes sense, but I can't remember the dude's name. Actually, the only one I didn't think Ozymandias was very good. Yeah. Hollis Mason was good. I don't think Ozymandias was all that good. But I can't remember the name of the guy that played. I'd have to look it up. I'm sorry. I can't remember the guy's name that played Dr. Manhattan. So what about Crisis on Infinite Earths?
That'll be interesting, yeah.
Is it on here somewhere?
Yeah, they said, yeah. Well, they introduced Crisis and Watchmen. Those are the two new movies in Justice League Warworld. So let's see if I go back.
I mean, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Good luck with that. Why calling it Justice League? Hey, that's Saturday Morning Watchmen. We can't show it here, folks, but if you ever want to see something hilarious, go Google. We'll put it in a link if we can. Google Saturday Morning Watchmen.
I can put the link in, yeah.
Billy Crudup. Is that right? You cheated.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. Right. Yeah.
I forgot his name. I never would have got it in a million years. Crudup. Okay. So, if any of you ever seen Saturday Morning Watchmen, it's the best.
You remember this? Yeah, the 1980s Saturday morning cartoons. Yep.
You seen this one, right?
Yeah.
You seen it?
I've seen it. Yeah.
You got a link to the video though?
Let's see. I don't want to click on anything because if you goggle it, you'll get there. If you look
just go to YouTube and enter Saturday Morning Watchmen, folks. It's the best.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I'm sure it's.
Actually, looks like there's a link to it on that page.
Yeah, if you go there, you'll get it. I don't want to click on anything. They'll start to play the thing. So, yeah, it's only 1:22.
It's just a link to it there. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Let's see. Crisis on Infinite.
Did you get the Watchmen motion comic?
Yeah,
pretty good. That's pretty.
I
cool.
got that. Well, because I bought that super deluxe package of the Watchmen that came with the motion comic. Yeah, I think one of the packages came with the motion comic.
Oh my God! Look at that.
It was really good. Yeah.
They got one that's in the DC animated film style, but it's got. That's that stupid ass CW version of it.
Yeah.
Screw that noise. Look at the animated version though, down there to the left.
I don't know if they're gonna have any. Are they gonna have any pictures? Well, here, I mean, I don't know if they've released any. Here's breaking news. Yeah. But I don't know if they have any artwork on it yet. Oh! That's a video. I don't want to play that.
No.
Let's see.
Anyway,
so I don't think anything is released on it now.
By the way, see the painting there? The Ross painting?
Yeah.
You go to that. Can you go to that?
Let me go back. Yep. Nope. Down here?
Yeah.
This one? Yeah.
That's not the long version, but go below it. Below it. It's right under it. Up. No, there you go.
That one?
No, below it.
This one, yep. That one?
That's about 5 feet long. I have it framed on my wall and have for like 20 years because my great Finesse cast iron gave it to me. It's beautiful. Of course, for those who don't know, it's George Perez inked by and painted by Alex Ross.
Yeah, Perez was the master at fitting every superhero on the page and making it legible and readable so you can understand it. Yeah.
Yes, sir, Bob.
Yeah. And Cardinal had a comment a while ago.
No, Larry. No, it was DC. It was not independent. It was always DC.
And Cardinal, I don't know if he's made a
Direct
joke or not.
What?
about shouldn't the Watchmen have reverted to Alan Moore right now? Don't let Alan Moore hear that, because the contract they signed, and you're the Watchmen expert, but I believe wasn't the contract as long as DC published it, they kept the rights. So that book was going to always be
exactly right. No, it can't revert because they're going to keep printing it.
Yep.
And he doesn't. And now he hates him so much he wouldn't take the money if they gave it to him, because they were going to give him money for the movie, and he gave it to he took his name off of it. And he said, "Give it to Dave Gibbons. I don't want that."
Yep.
He won't let his name be in any reprint comic of any kind. I mean, at least of the old stuff. I mean, with Marvel or DC now, I don't know if he would let them reprint him like in the ABC comics, the ABC stuff, or the like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and Tom Strong and those. I don't know if they let him do it. If he lets her do it on those, like he trades and reprints of those, I'm not sure, but yeah, he's no, he ain't happy. Hey, keep going. Well, I see Harbinger. A little bit more. Valiant's Harbinger in development at Paramount. Oh, for the love of God, no. Oh, no. No, don't. Just leave it alone, man. That was such a great comic in the early 90s. Valiant had a great run for a few years. Solar, Man of the Atom, Magnus Robot Fighter, Exo Man of War, Eternal Warrior, Archer and Armstrong, and Harbinger were great comics for a couple of years there. So no recognition created by Alan Moore. No, they could not be reached. When they reprint an Alan Moore story now, it would say written by original author. It will not say Alan Moore's name. The only time he allowed his name to be put on anything DC was the Justice League cartoon adaptation of a story he did called For the Man Who Has Everything for Superman Annual number 11. They adapted that story, in my opinion, poorly, but they adapted that story, and they put his name on that.
He allowed them, but I guess he's
no Larry. Not only is Watchmen not separate from any universe of comics, DC retained the rights, and then in that Rebirth crap, they put Dr. Manhattan and Rorschach and all of them in the DC universe, which is idiotic crap. Jeff Johns. Ugh. Oh my God, Ezra, really? So Ezra says, "Did you hear about Nishudi Gatswa referring to the Doctor as they, them in a article?" I did not hear about that.
Well, there have been many iterations of the Doctor, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's not surprising, Larry. It sucks. Ezra, sorry. But yeah, Larry, it's a shame, man. When they put him, it made me sick when they did that to the Watchmen. Eric K with a super chat. Thank you, buddy. He says, who would you rather have come to your aid, Tom Slick or Dudley Do Right? You know what? I'm gonna go with Dudley. I mean, he's a rock.
He always does right.
On him. He always does right. He reminds me of my good buddy Lord Thoth. He's a Mountie. I'm gonna go on Tom Slick. I don't know. He was kind of slick, right? He's like Slick Willie. I wouldn't trust him. But Dudley Do Right all the way, brother. Thank you. By the way. No, in the beginning it was DC, bud. It was DC, and it was, like I said, the deal he had. It would revert to him if they ever stopped printing it, but they didn't know how huge it was going to be. You remember, it was Watchmen was a 12-issue comic book maxi series. So obviously, when they made that deal, they probably just thought that was that. But at that time, there weren't a lot of trade paperbacks coming out. Compilations weren't the big deal at that time. There were very few. And then Watchmen and Dark Knight came out and really changed all that. There were a few, don't get me wrong, there were some, but they weren't a big business, like reprinting, a classic comic book story. I remember I had around that time they did the Great Darkness Saga, which was cool. They did it like the Project Pegasus and the Wolverine miniseries and that kind of thing, Iron Man, Demon in a Bottle. But largely, there weren't that many of them. And then Watchmen, I guess Moore and Gibbons figured after number 12 came out, it would wait a while, and then they just get the rights back or what have you. But DC said, "Wow, this thing it's huge," because not only it was only in comic book shops. However, it got a lot of national attention. So did Dark Knight. And that made people were coming into comic shops. Like college students and a lot of young adults who have been hearing about this thing, want to hear about this new Batman thing, want to hear about this. What is this Watchmen thing? They read about it in Rolling Stone. It was covered everywhere. And so people started coming in trying to buy the issues. I remember I sold so many issues of the comic. And then eventually I announced a trade paperback, a book club edition. I had every one of them. The only one I don't have anymore is my first edition of a trade because I loaned it to somebody like back then, like an idiot. But I have all the other ones. Book club edition. There was a DC edition of the trade. There was a Warner edition of the trade. They started putting them in stores. I've got still have my graffiti hardcover from back then. So they realized, man, this thing is going to be in print forever because they weren't reprinting the comic book. They decided, let's just print it as one book. And so that's that. You didn't get multiple printings of the regular issues that were only in comic shops. You got them in the bookstores, and that means they were going to sell Watchmen forever. And as long as they were doing that, it was Warner and it was DC, and Alan Moore wasn't going to get shit for it. He already got paid for doing the comic. Now,
it was just so furious.
If it had stopped, let's say if it did stop and they didn't reprint it, eventually it would have laxed back to him, and he could do what he wanted. He could have.
And you would have never had the movie. Yeah, you would never had. You wouldn't have had that new TV series.
That's when trade paperbacks got huge. Was Watchmen, Dark Knight. Not too long after that, Sandman and Hellblazer and things like that, and Swamp Thing reprints and stuff. So, and of course, even though it wasn't a trade paperback, it was a square. It wasn't a regular comic format either. Killing Joke, another one. They kept going back to the print on that one so much.
Yep. Oh, Eric K is asking me who would I pick, Tom Slick or Dudley Do-Right. I'd go with Tom Slick because he's the race car driver, inventor, and heir to royal fortune. Yeah. Here, remember the theme song from Tom? Here's Tom Slick, famous. Wondering who Tom Slick was. Yeah, he wouldn't do a TV show on a guy that races cars and drills for oil these days. Right?
Yeah, I'll take Dudley. You want somebody to have your back. So
here's his theme song. Yeah.
Tom Slick. Let me tell you why he's the biggest of all guys. He's a cock. Oops, sorry. Oh man, I almost did it again. I almost gave him my filthy version. Don't do
the Clobby version.
I can't. Yeah, I almost clobbied it. Comic Relief, Crusader. What's up, Deuterishness? Good. How's it going, bud? So let's take a look at those XO again. I mean, what is this here? Why I hate that. That's when Valiant got crappy. That's modern Valiant dribble.
Modern Valiant, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I forgot they had Turok, Dinosaur Hunter too.
It was later though. They did Turok. Yeah, he had a fancy cover for that first one. Armorines. But I loved hey, Captain Infinity. I'm on Tom Slick, and always an alias for the side character in number 7 of American Flag. That was another big famous book of the time. So yeah, I mean, look, there were so many good books though in that line. Harbinger was great. At that point, I dumped out of most of the mainstream comics, and I was really enjoying those Valiant books. And when Harbinger came along, what impressed me was sort of like it was their version of the X-Men, but it was so much. I was jokingly telling people about how good the book was. I say, imagine X-Men, but with a brain. It was so well done. That's not Harbinger. That's that modern drivel Harbinger. That's what they would do. Yeah. This one here is from the original.
Yeah.
Boy, these comics were expensive at first. Harbinger Zero.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Cover price was expensive, or just.
I mean, no, not cover price.
No,
that's from number 1 right there, I think, or maybe it's from 0. I can't remember. But they became they were tough to get for a while there because they became in big demand.
And probably limited print run too, probably, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, they weren't big. I mean, they were using the gold key characters.
Hundreds of thousands of them, right?
Yeah, for back then. Now, this is the early '90s, so they still had decent print run but because remember, it was a direct sales to comic shops, and it did well. But eventually, I mean, it took off, and they even had the Valiant. They did tours, and then It's funny. They joined up with Image a few years later. Did a Valiant. They did a called a Deathstroke tour where it was a crossover between Valiant and Image, and they called it the Deathstroke tour. And we hosted one, or the shop I was helping a friend of mine out with at the time in the early '90s, and it was some good times. Yep. Well, the few things I liked about comics in the '90s was Valiant.
Well, they said it rivaled both DC and Marvel.
It gave him,
that was Jim Shooter, right?
Yeah. Jim Shooter, Barry Windsor-Smith, Bob Layton.
So I wonder if Marvel and DC got nervous a little bit at that point. Yep. Then of course you had Image Comics, much later, but Rise Up.
Matthew Pounder says stop reading in the '90s. All that Image drivel. I couldn't stand the Image drivel or the Marvel drivel or even the DC drivel for a lot of cases, but I loved. At this point, I was down to bare minimum of any mainstream comic coming out. I was barely buying anything.
Not me.
And then Magnus came out, and Rye came out, and Solar, and Exo. Yeah, I hear you. But not me. I'd stopped, man. I just couldn't stand the way anything looked anymore. Mostly. Harbinger's Dilemma, Paramount. Why? They just reach for shit?
It makes sense, right? I mean, you want to get you're looking for a property that's something new, it's superhero, right? I mean,
it's not like it's going to be anything to do with the real deal stuff anyway, so screw. All right, man. Well, why don't we start moseying? Unless you got something else.
No, I'm no more food to talk about. Yeah, no, it's been a fun night.
If you're hungry, we can, we can stop by the window and pick up something.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Well, if I go see Barbie, I'm gonna need that full bucket of popcorn. That's for sure.
If you go see Barbie, man, we're gonna make fun of you forever.
You can, but I need to stay married to my much better half. So if she wants to go see it, any guy out there, if their wife wants to go see a movie with, he says, "Let's go, honey."
Wait a minute, you don't drag her to see Marvel movies. I guess
she wants to see them. Well, she used to want to see them, not as much anymore, but. That was the fun thing. Was actually back then they were so good and such a big deal that the whole family wanted to go see them. So I'm holding out for my Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur movie. Everyone's going to want to go see that.
Yeah, well, you just hold on to that one, partner. But it's right around the corner. It's right around that corner.
Well, there's an animated TV show right now, so you never know. One can only hope.
Oh, jeez, is it really?
There is, yeah. There's a Moon Girl and Devil
Disney
Dinosaur.
Or whatever.
Lunella.
What's her name? Great. What?
She's the smartest.
She in the whole
person in the Marvel universe. Yeah.
Right, she's the smartest ever in the Marvel. That's true.
What's her name? Lunella. Iona, but
I don't know.
Actually, read
Moon Girl. I don't know. I don't read that drivel.
I did actually.
I remember Moon Boy. I don't remember Moon Girl.
Boy, yeah.
I know who she is.
Kirby collection. Yeah.
She's that's a Kirby character, Devil Dinosaur. So changing his character from Moon Boy to Moon Girl, I could just get a big old.
They killed him off. They killed him off. Actually.
Oh, they killed him. Screw their scrotes.
Yeah, they killed him off. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
To hell with him.
Yeah.
To hell with him. Oh dear. Well, my dear friends, it's about time for us to be rolling on out of here. It's been a fun wild card Wednesday night. You've all been fantastic. It's great to see you all, and I can't thank you all enough for hanging out with us. Mark, any closing words? You might have anything going on or what?
Well, we're gonna hopefully do a UFO watch party tomorrow night. So I'll try to schedule that. And I think our episode for tomorrow is what the heck is it? You already watched it, Clobberin Time? So
not yet.
Oh, you didn't watch it yet? Yeah. So I think it's number 20. We're getting close to the end, I think, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
damn it.
Yeah.
What's it called?
And I'm gonna goggle it, but I mean and the UFOs were in the news today too with that hearing. They're all talking about guys are saying that we recovered aliens, and it's pretty amazing, pretty topical. So I think it's did we do we only have a few more left.
Good luck, Max. 10 hours of surgery. Oh brother. Oh wow.
Oh God. Oh, God bless you. Yep.
Hang in there, brother.
Hope everything comes out.
Good luck, buddy.
Everything goes well. Yep. Did we do The Man Who Came Back last week?
I don't know. Ezra, I heard about that. Yeah, and that Judy or whatever's in Barbie. Yeah. So go ahead. Sorry.
I think it's The Man Who. We did Destruction last week.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, we did Destruction. Right.
No, it was a stupid plant.
With the Destroyers. Yeah. So it's The Man Who Came Back. That's
Cam's
number 16.
Crash Courses. What's up, bud?
Yeah, so that's the episode for UFO for tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be able to
do
a watch party there. Yeah.
We did Destruction last week. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right, Oliver. So, sorry about that. Anything else?
Oh, no, and the Tales of Tomorrow, if anyone wants to watch, is also. Oh God, I'm forgetting the name. I'm forgetting the name of the Tales of Tomorrow.
Well,
episode.
don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Nobody else watches it with it.
No one watches, just us. Yeah, that's all right. But yeah, so of course Sunday Night Geekery, and I might stream that new Star Trek game I got. I was going to try to do it last night, but if I have time, we'll maybe do that. It looks pretty good, actually. Yeah, Star Trek Resurgence. So it's looking. I played a couple minutes, so it's looking pretty good. So that should be fun. Yep. So
Oakley Dokley.
Yep. So the Bitterstorm, Tales of Tomorrow, Bitterstorm.
All right. Let's see here. All right, folks. Well, tomorrow night I'll be first, of course, hanging out at the great Tom Connors and that great group, the Midnight Sids After Dark Boys, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then, of course, it's the clubhouse is in session. Our wonderful first officer, the great Commander R.M. Briggs, joins us, myself, and of course, the great Chief Engineer Mark D. with the C. We'll have a review of Tales of Tomorrow and Jerry Anderson's UFO, and of course, review a Star Trek comic. And then Friday night, I believe it's 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern. J-Man's new Friday night free-for-all show. Well, just kind of an anything goes thing, sort of like Wild Card Wednesday night, I guess. And he has cordially invited me to hang out with him and the great Sean to review. The master reviewers are here. Superman number 64. It's 164. And we dedicate it to the great Phantom Outsider, who has wanted me to review this one for a while. And I've been mean to him and promising him and then not doing it. So that's your night, Friday night. You better be there. You better be there, Fanty. We'll come looking for you. And then, of course, there's the comic shop at 32 Flavors and Nick Weiser, our good buddy's channel, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, it'll be kind of just an open talk with the boys. And then, of course, Saturday night Star Trek. 4 more episodes of Star Trek Voyager reviewed. So, and that's again all of my shows, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then there's the geekery, as Mark had mentioned.
Yeah.
Friday night geekery. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come geek out with us. We have a lot of fun just hanging out, talking geek stuff. End your week the best way, the best geek way you can. And then stop by for a snack at the eatery. And then
promise you that. Yeah.
Then of course it's Sunday, Monday nights at 6 p.m. Central. I'm over there at J Man's again, 7 Eastern, continuing our ongoing mission to review all of Real Legion of Superheroes from 658 to 89, silver to bronze in chronological order. So our great wrenches. We'll go quick with this, of course. The great bronze wrencher, Eric K., the vindicator wrench of the Great White North, Chris Persia. Shout out to you both. Thank you both for all you do. The great D. Bud Martin, the wrench of iron, Lord Thoth and Ladies Waff, long live Avon lives, long live the Legion. The great J-Man, wrench without fear, and of course, a partner in crime on Earth B and Legionnaire reviewer extraordinaire, master of the club, only the great comic artist himself, Hungry Boy. Kal-El, Steven Super Wrench Buddy. Mjolnir's a great wrench. Thor in Vegas. Maddie's daddy, that rascally wrench himself, Phantom Outsidery. And of course, Clobberin Time's own Music Meister, the great Maximum Redstone. Thank you all so much for being here. And now we shout you all out. Of course, those I did not shout out yet would be Larry, Thank you so much, buddy. It's good to see you as always, and we thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us. Cam Cans Crash Courses, good to see you. Ezra Goldstein, shalom, my friend. Thank you for being here. K-Dog Broadcasting, thank you. Matthew Pounder, great to see you, buddy. Could not be reached for further comment. Thank you. Let's see here. Oliver Belamonte, thank you, my friend. Joe Dog, thanks for being here. The Comic Relief Crusader. Hey, buddy. Thank you for popping in. Always good to see you. Dun Ranger Power. Thank you so much. Captain Infinity and beyond. Cardinal Sin. Cardi, thank you so much, brother. Takes me a second. Oliver Belamonte, thank you. Yes, it takes a minute after a while because see all this, because you've gone through most of them. And hey, Ravenscroft 82, Bush Pan down. Let's see here.
You got a big gift here. I know you're going up in the chat, but Larry just donated $20.
Oh my good. Oh, Larry. Thank you so much, Larry. You were too kind. I appreciate you so much. You're a good friend. You have a man. I just have a wonderful rest of the night and the weekend. Well, I hope you're here tomorrow night to say hello to us as well. And just thank you, buddy. I don't know what to say other than appreciate you. What a great friend of the show you are. You rock. Thank you so much. The great Larry, folks. Minimus. Can't forget Minimus, can you?
Nope, don't minimize him.
No minimizing him as Minimus is here. Let's see. JD Lewis, my buddy JD Lewis was here. All right. Oh, and covered from the fall yet. So I'm headed to bed now. Good. Oh man, JD. Oh man, he had to run. Damn it! I wish I'd have caught that when he wrote that. So sorry, because I did mention it. I mentioned that a couple weeks ago about his fall.
Also, break his arm or his leg or something
not exactly
bad.
Sure.
Yeah,
but he hurt himself. He's not fully recovered.
Unfortunately,
my good buddy Almighty Sports Show was here tonight. Always good to see you, old friend, from the BTR days, by the way. Joseph Dredd, here comes the judge. Penny was here, by the way, right? Penny and Alejandro Flores Ibarra. I always hope I'm saying that right. You know what I mean?
Yep. I think you got it right there. Oh, and I want to give a shout out to Rob Baltus and Larry, who became Patreon members. Yep, they're here, but Rob just popped in. Yep. But thank you for just became new Patreon members on my channel. So cool. Much appreciated. Yep. So give them a shout out. Yep.
Rob Baltus, good to see you. Good to see you, Kimasabi. Well done, Larry. Oh, Glenzer. Okay, Glenzer was here. Dave C was here. And where were we? Almost there. Keely Chow. Roll that Keely Chow. And we're almost in game time territory now. Bubba Doom 1. Thank you, buddy. Brian Hepburn and Shooter were here. All right. Great pals.
Also, patrons. Much appreciated.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks,
cool.
Guys. Yep.
Thanks. Absolutely. Okay, so it's time to play the game.
We got a super chat.
I'll get to it. We're almost done. And I'll get right to that super chat. Okay. Now, what's it going to be? Yay or nay?
Nay. It's always a nay. Yep.
So nay.
Never right the first time.
In other words, you think there's somebody else?
Yeah, because someone just popped in that's not on the list.
Well, I'm here to tell you that you were right.
That's too easy.
You were right, DJ Ronnie G. But now, what would you say?
I'm going to say no because there's someone else who popped in.
But you can't count somebody you're seeing pop in. I'm talking about where I'm at.
Okay. Oh yeah, where you're at. Yeah.
I'm almost to the end.
Oh.
Well, anyway, Picasso
Well, I wasn't here
was
the
here.
whole night, so.
See, I lost. Picasso was here. Pat S was here.
Hey, Pat S.
Hey. He's not here now, so that was a long time ago.
I know, but well, maybe I'll hear this on the replay.
He might be. You never know. He might be out there lurking. By the way, thank you to all our lurkers. We appreciate you so much, and everyone listening on a download or a rewatch. Thank you, and thank you. Almost to the end.
And the derivative Jill is here, so.
Whoa, no, what, Jill?
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
That's why I was saying someone who just
no.
popped in, so I was waiting to see if you got her. Yeah,
X was here. X, we're almost. I'm gonna jump back to that. But almost.
X, is that the new Twitter person?
Yes.
I keep looking. I keep trying to open up Twitter, and I'm like, "Where's the icon? Where's the icon?" And then I gotta find the damn X.
It's a ridiculous. I got Captain Infinity. I think I got Captain Infinity. That 70s rock fan was here earlier. Our good friend.
Cool.
All right. That 70s. We appreciate you. Claude Sowling was here. See, I told you. No, I didn't tell you. That's not true. I didn't. Mighty Orbots was here though. And I think pretty much. Oh, Andy Masterson was here earlier, by the way. I remember that, as was your Muslim uncle. So a lot of our friends popped in earlier tonight.
Nice.
Yeah. Pop Culture Republic popped in. See, that's I told you. You said to stop, but no, I carried on. Okay, you didn't actually. It was the other way around, but I can lie with the best of them. Or sit with the best of them anyway. Gwagnar was here. Yeah, righty then. What in the hell? I think that's everybody. That's it. Now let's see who we're missing. Rob Altus. Also. Thank you, Rob Altus, for the super chat. I appreciate it. He says, caught the show late. Love you guys. Love back at you, my brother. You appreciate you, and thank you so much for that. Jill, thank you for being here and popping in. It's wonderful to see you as always. Oh, man. So I guess, everybody, we thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. It's been a lot of fun, as always. Hope you'll join us tomorrow night for the clubhouse with our wonderful first officer, Raquel. It's going to be a fantastic, fun time. And for all the other fun shows we got lined up for you. So until then, my dear friends, keep your powder dry and bang those rocks together, guys. Have a great, wonderful remainder of your evening and look forward to a great weekend.
It's Clobberin time!